Ever since Kanye West changed his legal name to Ye, it seems like so much has happened around the rapper's persona in just a short period of time, which is why over the past year or so, I've documented these events in a Ye Iceberg video series. The purpose of this video is to combine these videos into one giant iceberg while documenting any new events that have transpired since the release of part 3. So with that out of the way, this is the complete Ye Iceberg. Bianca Sensory. Bianca Sensory is Ye's second wife. She was an architect at Yeezy and married Ye under a confidential marriage license in December 2022. She appears on the cover of Vulture's One alongside her husband. She rarely speaks in public appearances and is most well known for her risque and revealing outfits that she wears in public appearances with Ye. In early 2025, rumors spread that Bianca planned on divorcing Ye after his anti-Semitic comments and mental breakdown in February. Ye even leaked a song to DJ Academics titled Bianca, where he begs her to come back.
Bianca, I just want you to come back to me. I know what I did to make you mad. Bianca, I just want you to come back.
However, the two were seen together in public a short while after, and the couple is still together to this day. Vultures. Vultures is an album series consisting of the rap duo Yen Dollar, featuring Ye and Ty Dolla $ign. Ty is a longtime collaborator of Ye's, going all the way back to the Yeezus era. In 2023, Ty enlisted the help of Ye to executive produce his upcoming solo album, but after hearing the music, Ye loved it so much that he wanted to do a collab album with Ty, hence the duo creating the Vulture series. Many of the songs from Vultures 1 and 2 originated from solo Ty songs. The Vultures rollouts are known for their slow and chaotic pacing, with both albums getting delayed multiple times. Vultures 1 released on February 10, 2023. It debuted number 1 on the Billboard charts and sold 148,000 units first week. It featured Carnival, which went number 1 and the first number 1 hit Ye had since E.T. with Katy Perry. Vultures 2 released that same year in August, selling 107,000 units first week, with Vultures 2 being the first Ye album where the overall public consensus was that it was a bad album. Vultures 2 was an incomplete project upon release, with Ye promising to fix the album via updates. Over the next couple months, the album would receive mixing updates. The duo planned to release a third installment of Vultures, but after Ye's mental breakdown, the project was indefinitely scrapped, with Ty not commenting on its release.
What is your relationship like with Ye these days?
6, 7.
However, recently, Ty has stated he would be down to do a third installment of Vultures.
Will we ever get a Vultures 3, or is that dead on arrival?
Who knows, man? It ain't dead. Who knows?
So you be willing?
Yeah, why not?
Vultures 2 features the first instance of Ye using AI vocals, which is the perfect segue into our next topic. AI vocals. Ye has a recent history of using AI as a substitute for his real vocals, beginning on songs from Vultures 2 including Forever, 530, and Sky City. Despite heavy fan backlash, Ye would continue the use of AI vocals on his next project, Bully, with songs such as Preacher Man and Beauty and the Beast heavily featuring AI vocals when first put on streaming services. In early 2025, Ye defended the use of AI vocals, comparing it to when he used Auto-Tune for the first time on 808s and Heartbreak.
Auto-Tune you feel like is AI as well?
Exactly. It's in the same family, except people have a more visceral reaction.
Is AI the future of music, or is it a crutch?
It's time for me to explain to people the power of AI and music. So I take a sample, and this is like a dream come true. Back in the days, you used to have to get the 24-track stems, the Motown, like the 24-track reel. It was like this, and they would tape it on a CD or tape it digitally, then you got the different parts. Right now, you could take any song and separate it. Just get the vocals, just get the bass line, the drums. Change his voice to my voice.
If you ain't sucking dick, movies you can get the fuck up on my shit.
If you ain't sucking dick, movies you can get the fuck up on my shit.
Ye continued the trend of AI vocals on projects such as Cuck and the 2025 version of Donda 2. During the final Bully rollout, Ye's marketing team promised that no AI vocals would be present on the album. It remains to be foreseen if this is true. Donda 2. Donda 2 is a sequel to 2021's Donda that was supposed to release on February 22, 2022. The album had a massive rollout and listening party in February where Ye played most of the album in an unfinished state. Following February, the album remained unreleased, with fans begging Ye for years to release the album. The February 22, 2022 version of Donda was only available via the stem player. In 2025, Ye had a massive mental breakdown and began to take to Twitter to vent what was on his mind. It was during one of these rants where he announced he would finally be releasing Donda 2. Ye would then spend the next few weeks in the basement with the likes of Sneeko and Nick Fuentes putting the finishing touches on the album. The album was still in an unfinished state that it was left in 2022. Rather than record new vocals, Ye opted to use AI vocals to mask the mumble. When Ye released the album, he released it under the new Donda artist profile in an attempt to evade copyright. This did not work, and after working it out, Donda 2 would be released under the Ye and Kanye West artist profiles. The album sold 5,000 units first week. As it wasn't promoted, it released under a third artist label and was taken down several times. Fans criticized the album for its use of AI vocals and Ye for being lazy in his approach to the album. Burn. Burn is a track from Vultures 1. It is the first track that Ye and Ty worked on during the Vultures sessions. The song features Ye rapping in a style similar to the College Dropout and Late Registration, with the track almost not coming out. After the song leaked online in December 2023, fans pleaded to have it released and Ye eventually added Burn back into the Vultures rotation. DEFCON tweet. In October 2022, Ye would tweet that he would go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Instagram and Twitter restricted his accounts following the incident. InfoWars interview. In December 2022, Ye sat down with Alex Jones for an interview alongside Nick Fuentes. During the interview, Ye criticized Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, pulling out a net and a Yahoo milk carton to symbolize the leader.
I've got the perfect answer for the ADL. They are going to have to listen up. What we did is we brought Netanyahu with us.
I mean, I'm in the twilight zone right now.
Netanyahu, what do you have to say? What do you have to say to Alex Jones right now, Nick Fuentes and Ye? It was bad. It was bad for Trump to meet with Nick and Ye. Okay. I had no idea your voice is going to sound like that, Netanyahu.
Ye described himself as a Nazi and praised the leader of the Third Reich, while saying he loved all people, especially that leader.
You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
I see good things about Hitler also.
The backlash was almost instant, with many calling out Ye for his anti-Semitic behavior, and his partnership with Adidas was terminated. Ye eventually went into self-isolation in Japan. 2025 mental breakdown. In early 2025, Ye began to post on Twitter, professing his support for Diddy and then beginning to tweet out all his past controversies. Ye then posted that he was a Nazi and once again expressed his love for Hitler. Ye would then begin to sell merchandise on the Yeezy website, which included white supremacist memorabilia and a t-shirt with a 1930s German symbol on it. You know the one. For the next couple months, Ye would continue to fly off the rails, criticizing former collaborators such as Playboi Carti, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and others. In January 2026, Ye would apologize for his actions, citing his bipolar disorder and categorizing the events as a mental breakdown. HH. HH, or Heil Hitler, is a song released by Ye in which he praises the leader of the Third Reich. The song went semi-viral online. Ye has since taken down anything in relation to the song. Aldi meme. A lyric from Problematic off Vultures 1 went viral for no apparent reason.
Used to shop at Aldi's.
The used to shop at Aldi line has been used in short format videos as a way to replace words in a sentence with used to shop at Aldi. Bully. Bully is the latest studio album by Ye. It is produced entirely by Ye. In March 2025, Ye released the version 1 of Bully on YouTube. The album featured all AI vocals. As of recording, the album is slated to be entirely Ye, with no features on any of the songs and no features being present on the tracklist. However, Ye is known for hidden features, so that's not out of the question. Bully would be the first Ye album ever to have no features. After multiple delays, the album is set to release on March 27, 2026, with the Yeezy team promising that no AI vocals will be present on the album. A week before release, a Reddit user claimed to receive a Bully cassette early and played some of the songs. All the Love, This One Here, and Circles were played, with all 3 songs being entirely composed of AI vocals. Users questioned the validity of the cassette because although the barcode matched, the track list was upside down. But we'll get into that more later in the Iceberg. As of recording, Bully is still entirely AI, but that could change on March 27th. Travis Scott shows. In both of Ye's anti-Semitic controversies, he has been able to cast himself back into the public light through Travis Scott shows. In Travis Scott's premiere in Rome for his album Utopia, Ye made a surprise appearance where Scott praised Ye and said there would be no Utopia without Kanye West. In November 2025, Ye made another surprise appearance on the Circus Maximus tour in Tokyo, Japan. He performed some of his greatest hits and took the opportunity afterwards to start the process of apologizing for his mental breakdown earlier that year. Ye artist profile. Ye has been unable to change his Kanye West artist profile to his new name Ye. In the midst of his 2025 mental breakdown, Ye created the Ye artist profile to upload new songs such as World War III and Cousins. World War III is an entirely shock value song, while Cousins is a song about Ye suffering sexual abuse as a child while performing those kinds of acts with his cousin. While Ye wanted to upload HH to the profile, he was unable to, so he settled on uploading the instrumental instead under the name Hit Symphony. He submitted the song to the Grammy Awards. All 3 of these songs would eventually be deleted by Ye off the artist profile, with Alive, Donda 2, and Bully being the only forms of music still up on the Ye artist profile. World Tour. In promotion for Bully, Ye is currently embarking on a world tour that will see him travel to Mexico City, Los Angeles, India, and other places. The tour is currently set up similar to the Korea show, in which Ye plays his greatest hits along with some songs from Bully. Unlike shows from the Vultures era, Ye uses a microphone. Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson began dating Ye's ex-wife Kim Kardashian in late 2021. Ye criticized this relationship and even referenced Davidson by name on the song Easy with The Game.
God save me from that crash, just so I could beat Pete Davidson's ass. Who?
Ye would begin calling him Skeet and criticize the tattoo that Davidson got of Ye's children. Leaked text messages between Ye and Davidson would show the animosity the two had for one another. After the couple broke up, Ye would post a fake news headline declaring Skeet Davidson dead. Jewish doctor.
The thing about the red hat that drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not going to say what race, what people, doctor, and what hospital, and what media went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor.
War. War is an unreleased collab album between Ye and James Blake. Conceived in 2022, the album is hailed by Ye fans as having some of Ye's best recent work. The album was scrapped after Ye's appearance on InfoWars. Songs from the War era have made their way onto existing Ye albums, with Talking on Vultures 1 and This One Here on Bully. In March 2026, James Blake confirmed to a couple Ye fans at a signing that during the album session, the project was actually not called War, but didn't share the true name. Both Ye and James Blake have publicly stated that they want to release material from the War sessions, but as of recording, the album is still unreleased. Cuck. Cuck is an unreleased Ye album that stemmed from the 2025 mental breakdown. Cuck features a collection of songs Ye made with the intent on expressing his at-the-time beliefs of Nazism, white supremacy, and other controversial topics. Ye later announced that the project would be titled In a Perfect World. The project is scrapped, and Ye is currently working on Bully. Multiple songs from the Cuck sessions have made their way onto Bully, including All the Love and Mission Control. Dave Bluntz. Dave Bluntz is a rapper whose subject matter often consists of offensive lyrics and bars about him being overweight. During Ye's 2025 mental breakdown, he collaborated with Dave Bluntz for multiple songs off of Cuck and on the song Cousins. Ye stated on Twitter that he and Dave Bluntz would be the new Dr. Dre and Eminem.
But when Dave sent it back, he said, I gave my cousin here. I was like, okay, that's what I would say. Because I could have did it. You know, people be like, you know, this song is actually like, Blackbird is actually about this, and this is about, it's like, nah. This nigga Dave, I'm gonna just gonna say it. This nigga got me feeling like Dre and Eminem right now, bro. This nigga is certain type of mindsets and skill sets. There's a lot of overlaps to the skill set and mindset and fearlessness of early Eminem. Like, we'll just talk about domestic violence, anything, bro.
A lot of the AI songs on Cuck were recorded by Dave Blunt and have a Ye AI filter over the recordings. After the Cuck era, Blunt would distance himself from Ye, stating that he did not want to be used anymore and telling him to find God. He would then release a diss track against Ye, which he never responded to.
Kanye West, he made me diss the Jews. Bitch, I'm speaking out, this shit's my truth.
Yebu. Yebu is an unreleased album that Ye worked on following his 2022 controversy. The album has been described by close collaborators as Ye wanting it to sound like a conversation at Nobu. Most of the unreleased project was likely worked on during Ye's self-imposed isolation to Japan in late 2022 and 2023. Many fan-favorite Ye leaks were meant for this album, including So Soon, Streetlights featuring Freddie Gibbs, and multiple songs from Donda 2. In November of 2023, Yebu was shelved in favor of Vultures. Motivation behind Stronger. In 2022, Ye revealed on the Lex Fridman podcast that he created the 2007 track Stronger to compete with Justin Timberlake and Timbaland's song Sexy Back, as his fiancée had an admiration for Timberlake. Ye would play the song at the club, but described it as muddy and not like Sexy Back, so he had Pharrell do the drums, but it sounded like a different song. Same thing with Swizz Beatz. Finally, Ye went to Timbaland, who fixed the track in 5 minutes and spent the next hour telling Ye how only he could have fixed the song. Cartier. During their beef in early 2025, Ye revealed via Twitter that he and Playboi Carti were working on a collab album titled Cartier. "We were working on a project called Cartier. I'm sorry that this won't happen now," from Carti's actual twin. "This was the album cover. I teased it the other day." The project was seemingly scrapped, and although the two are on much better terms currently, it is unknown if this album will ever be revisited. Ye and Travis Scott collab album. In early 2026, producer Havoc revealed that Ye and Travis Scott were working on new music together. Music insiders then revealed that Ye and Travis are indeed working on a collab album together, which could release sometime in 2026. Neither Ye or Scott have confirmed the existence of this album. Donda 3. Ye hinted multiple times online in early 2025 that he was considering dropping a Donda 3 album. Very little is known about this project. Ye asked if people would rather have a Vultures 3 or Donda 3. He then cited a poll that saw people favor Donda 3. This would be the last time Ye would mention the project. Retirement. In July 2024, Ye told Rich the Kid that he was retiring from professional music. This seemed to be a marketing stunt by Rich, who was advertising his Ye feature off his album Life's a Gamble. Ye did not retire, as he went on to release Vultures 2 the following month. Yes Jules. Yes Jules is an online personality who was heavily involved in the marketing for Vultures 1. She was the one who went on Instagram Live during the Vultures 1 after party in Las Vegas. However, in March 2024, Ye announced that Yes Jules was no longer a part of Yeezy after violating her NDA. She communicated with Ye fans online about creating a Yeezy app and making a virtual currency to go alongside it. She also leaked text messages between herself and Ye. Yes Jules later went on to state that she was glad she was fired, as the Yeezy team used, quote, unconventional methods. Nitrous. Ye's nitrous consumption goes all the way back to a 2015 dentist trip. In 2022, Ye made a rare public appearance at the BET Awards where he again expressed his love for nitrous. In January 2024, Ye installed custom titanium grills, leading to a new wave of dental visits, hence more nitrous. In 2025, Dr. Thomas Connolly, Ye's dentist, was accused of supplying nitrous oxide to Ye during cosmetic procedures. Going back to August 2024, Yeezy staff member Milo Yiannopoulos filed an affidavit alleging Ye is addicted to nitrous, claiming to have evidence of fraudulent actions by Connolly. In April 2025, Ye's legal team served a notice of intent to sue Thomas Connolly for malpractice. There was also video evidence of Ye using nitrous.
Ryan Garcia, this Ye, I'm on the nitrous.
During the Vultures 2 rollout, Ye was on heavy amounts of nitrous, which may have affected his mood, memory, and ability to create the meaningful music that he was known for. It is currently believed that Ye is off the nitrous and in a much better headspace. Someday We'll All Be Free. Someday We'll All Be Free is a song Ye released following his appearance on the InfoWars show. It first popped up on the InfoWars website before then being released on social media by Ye himself. The song samples Someday We'll All Be Free by Donny Hathaway.
Waking up till I can't do this anymore, text. And the Bible said I can't have any more sex till marriage.
Some people believe the song is actually called Sensory Overload and believe the song was about Bianca. However, the song is actually about Ye's ex-girlfriend, Juliana Nalu. While some believe that the track didn't release because of sample clearance issues, the song was actually revisited during the Vultures era, so it's possible the track was simply scrapped. Yeezy adult videos. In April of 2024, Ye announced in an Instagram post that he would be creating Yeezy adult videos. Ye wanted to create his own adult film studio and distribute that content via Yeezy. After the announcement, Ye faced a lot of backlash from the online community, citing his past criticisms of adult film content and how addicting it can be, along with his spiritual journey in the form of albums such as Jesus is King and Donda. The idea was scrapped. Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo Yiannopoulos is a former far-right political commentator and current Yeezy staff member. Originally a campaign manager for Ye's presidential runs, Milo was hired to Yeezy sometime during or after 2022. Milo originally left Yeezy in 2024 following the creation of Yeezy adult videos, but returned a short while after. Milo seems to be at the head of legal representation for Yeezy and is currently tied to the company as a whole. $20 Yeezy items. In 2025, Ye would make true on a promise he made in 2022. He would begin selling clothes on his Yeezy site for just $20. Although prices have fluctuated since, you can still find clothing items on the site for just $20. Good Don't Die. Good Don't Die is a song from Vultures 1 that was removed from the album due to sample clearance issues. The song samples I Feel Love by Donna Summers, and the Summers estate did not give Ye permission to use the song. All physical media from Vultures 1 does not feature Good Don't Die, and despite the best efforts of Yeezy to re-upload the track, the song remains unreleased.
In the dark of night, these thoughts of mine keep me up all night.
Vultures 2 Digital Deluxe. In August of 2024, Ye and his team released the Vultures 2 Digital Deluxe in an effort to boost sales for Vultures 2. At the time, Vultures 2 was estimated to sell 70,000 units in its first week. It finished with 107,000. Each song on the Deluxe was available for digital purchase. The songs featured Drunk, Take Off Your Dress, Can You Be, and Gun to My Head. 2025 Grammys. Ye appeared at the 2025 Grammys red carpet with his wife Bianca. During the event, Bianca would take off her coat to reveal an extremely revealing outfit, as she was practically naked. False reports would appear that Ye was kicked out of the event, but he simply left on his own accord, as there wasn't a seat assigned for him inside the event. Twix. During the Vultures Las Vegas after party, Ye would make his infamous Twix rant.
Motherfucking made the Twix double the size, trying to make us fat. You know what I'm saying? They make the Twix bigger. They trying to make us fat. You know what I mean?
During his streaming arc with Digital Nas, Ye brought it back.
Kim Kardashian, you telling me you ain't think she was corny 10 years ago? Twix.
The Aux Chord. The Vultures event in Miami was the first time Ye performed since his 2022 controversy. However, the show did not run smoothly at all, as a lot of the time spent on stage was Ye asking if anyone on his team had an aux cord, as he wanted to play music on his phone. YouTube rips. For Vultures 2, Ye took 530 and Can You Be straight from YouTube rather than finding them in his own archive. Cash Cow. Cash Cow was the first song Ye worked on post Vultures 2. Ye featured on the song with Skepta, with many criticizing Ye's verse for being entirely AI. Ye's part of the song was eventually scrapped, as Skepta released the track under a new title and different production. Sample clearance issues. Ever since Ye's 2022 controversy, he's had a much harder time getting samples cleared. During the rollout for Vultures 1, Ye previewed the finished version of Carnival just a few days before the album released. The track featured a sample of Iron Man by Black Sabbath. However, frontman Ozzy Osbourne denied access to the sample, so Ye instead sampled his own song Hell of a Life, which interpolates Iron Man. Another example of sample clearance issues is the song on Bully titled Highs and Lows, which originally featured a prominent sample from the 2019 track Soleil Soleil by Palm. Once Palm found out about the sample, she posted on social media stating she did not give consent for the track to be used on Highs and Lows and demanded Ye not to use it. The sample choice was changed, and Highs and Lows will have a new sample once it releases on Bully. Kid Cudi beef. In 2022, Ye attacked Kid Cudi over his friendship with Pete Davidson, who was seeing his ex-wife Kim Kardashian at the time. Cudi responded by calling Ye a dinosaur and stating that it would take a miracle to resolve their problems. During the Vulture sessions, Ye and Cudi reunited and even created new music together. However, after Ye's 2025 mental breakdown, Cudi said his friendship with Ye was over after the comments he made about Virgil Abloh. Streamer Ye. During his 2025 mental breakdown, Ye began to take part in live streams with Digital Nas. These streams would see multiple clips of Ye go viral.
What that mean, nigga?
On more than one occasion, Ye would cut a stream short in a fit of rage for no apparent reason. After the sessions for Donda 2 ended, these streams would stop. Pusha T beef. During Clips' rollout for their album Let God Sort Him Out, Pusha T clarified his relationship with Ye, or lack thereof. Pusha stated that their friendship was over and that he can no longer be friends with someone who he stated as someone he does not respect as a man. Ye expressed on Twitter that he missed his friendship with Pusha, but he was also on his list of people that betrayed him. Pusha went as far as to call Ye out by name on Clips' single Ace Trump. Apple Music Essential Playlist. After his appearance on InfoWars, Apple Music removed the Kanye West Essential Playlist from the Kanye West artist profile. In 2026, the playlist returned after a 3-year absence. The playlist features songs from The College Dropout up to Donda, with no songs post-2021 being featured. Free Larry Hoover Concert. In December of 2021, Ye and Drake put their beef aside to host the Free Larry Hoover Concert. This would be the first time these two industry legends would be on the same stage since 2016. However, Ye and Drake have a long history of conflict, and this truce did not last very long, as in 2022, Drake would explain that the only reason he did the Free Larry Hoover Concert was for Jay Prince.
Linking with the ops, bitch, I did that shit for Jay Prince. Bitch, I did it for the Maltese.
Man Across the Sea. Man Across the Sea was a rumored surprise Ye album that was supposed to release in the summer of 2023. The album was completely fake and did not release. Many confused the Man Across the Sea title with Yebu, which was a real solo album Ye was working on in 2023 before he pivoted to Vultures. Another rumored album titled Yesuke popped up during this time in 2023 as well, but this was also fake. Ye offered Drake Preacher Man. During an interview with DJ Academics, Ye revealed that he sent the Bully intro track Preacher Man to Drake, but he turned it down.
You know, something, I just thought about something. You know, I sent Preacher Man off Bully, the intro, to Drake first.
Really? What happened with it?
It's like, he said something like, oh man, don't mean to like spoil your dreams or some shit. I don't know. He just did his thing and shit. Like maybe, I think before it's all said and done, like, you know, I'll do an album on him.
Chris Paul. In 2022, Ye tweeted out the following, alleging that he caught NBA star Chris Paul with his wife at the time, Kim Kardashian. Paul never directly responded to these allegations, and it seems like he might be the subject of Ye's 2024 song, Keys to My Life.
Look at what I stumbled on. Another nigga chilling on your couch with pajamas on. Thought I was the only one.
Western Crab 1394. A week before Bully's release, Reddit user Western Crab 1394 posted on r/Kanye that he was going to get the Bully cassette early as his dad worked at a music store. Western Crab would give an update saying that his dad got home in a few hours, but he had to drive to buy a cassette player. He wasn't going to leak the entire album because he didn't want to be an asshole, but he would give updates on if anything changed on the album, and most importantly, if the album was still AI. He would then play the cassette player with the Bully cassette that he claimed to have received, playing songs such as All of the Love, This One Here, and even Circles. Whether people were upset that the songs were AI, didn't believe him about the cassette, or were just curious, Western Crab 1394's Reddit history was exposed and people saw his personal interests. But Reddit detectives made the discovery that the cassette's track list is flipped compared to product images, so there was a chance that this cassette was fake. Fake or not, Yeezy LLC copyright struck the content and Western Crab 1394 deleted his Reddit account. Donda Academy. Donda Academy was a Christian private school founded by Ye. The school is known for its multitude of controversies. Anyone who went to the academy had to sign an NDA and was forced to adhere to the dress code of black Balenciaga uniforms designed by Ye himself. In April 2023, 2 teachers filed a lawsuit against the school alleging their firing was unjustified. In the suit, the teachers alleged that the academy had odd practices, including the banning of chairs, crossword puzzles, and even utensils. Students could not wear jewelry or clothing by Nike or Adidas. There was no school nurse, no janitorial services, and trash cans along with cleaning chemicals were banned. Another lawsuit stated that Ye wanted to shave kids' heads, lock them in cages, and only fed them sushi. Ye allegedly did not allow classes on the second floor due to a fear of stairs. The basketball team was titled the Donda Doves, featuring 2 notable alumni, including the 8th overall pick of the 2024 NBA draft, Rob Dillingham, and the 23rd pick from the same draft, AJ Johnson. In 2024, Donda Academy was listed as closed by the California Department of Education. Giraffe wallpaper. During an appearance on the Lex Friedman podcast, Ye accidentally revealed that his wallpaper at the time was a giraffe from the Roblox game Adopt Me. Diddy support. Following Diddy's very public trial in which he was sentenced to 4 years, Ye took to Twitter to send out his support to Diddy. Ye would then tweet out that he was selling Sean John shirts, which was Diddy's brand, on the Yeezy website. He would clarify his support for Diddy even more by tweeting, "My support of Puff is completely selfish. I need to find whoever been trying to out black moguls." The next day, Ye would tweet out that he would begin selling the So Help Me God hoodie on the Yeezy website, which shares the same symbol that appears on the cover of All Day. However, Ye was not selling this for music reasons, as this was the same hoodie that Cassie was wearing in the video that leaked online of Diddy physically assaulting her. In June 2025, King Combs, Diddy's son, released his album Never Stop, which was executively produced by Ye. Ye is featured on a couple tracks and even spits a verse on the song People Like Me. Following Ye's apology, he has not shown any public support for Puff. Yeezy app. During the Vultures rollout, Ye expressed his desire to create a Yeezy app where he could release music like movies that released in theaters. He wanted the app to be for music, clothing, and news. Yeezy would acquire 2 startup apps developed by fans, and development on the app officially began. Ye expressed that he wanted to exclusively release Vultures 2 on the Yeezy app. This never ended up happening. On May 1st, 2024, the development team presented a finished version of the app to Ye. Despite completing the project, the employees were not compensated for their work, prompting the developers, which included minors, to file a lawsuit. The lawsuit seeks damages for unpaid wages, overtime pay, and emotional distress, as Bianca allegedly sent an employee a file sharing link that contained sexual content. The materials were allegedly accessible to minors working on the app, but Milo has stated on behalf of Bianca that the allegations are false. Following the lawsuit, the Yeezy app was scrapped. Use was a news website launched by Ye in 2023. It featured news coverage of worldwide events from Ye's perspective. usually alongside illustrations that featured religious artistry. The site has been inactive since March 2025. Donda Sports. Donda Sports was a sports marketing agency founded by Ye in 2022, which served to provide support for athletes. Headed by former NFL player Antonio Brown, the agency would focus on representation, clothing, and marketing. The project never took off, with Ye tweeting in 2025 that it was time to start Donda Sports again. However, as of this video, he never did. Virgil. In 2022, Ye previewed the song Louis Bags, which repeats the line, "I stopped buying Louis bags after Virgil passed." Virgil served as the director of Louis Vuitton's menswear from 2018 until his death in 2021. Ye has spoken in the past that he had felt betrayed when Virgil left Yeezy for Louis Vuitton. In 2022, Ye worked on the unreleased track Always with James Blake, which is also known as the title What I Would Have Said at Virgil's Funeral. In 2025, Ye tweeted "Fuck Virgil" and clarified his stance a few months later. This culminated in the track Virgil from Cuck, in which Ye lets out his true feelings about his former friend.
Virgil's in the ground, but he still let me down.
Ye hates My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Many believe that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is Kanye West's best album. However, Ye tweeted in 2025 that he hates the album and that he believes Ye and The Life of Pablo are better. Ye clarified by tweeting, "I made Dark Fantasy out of fear and to prove something. It was like coming back from the Taylor Swift moment. I should have just leaned in more." Anti-Semitic lyrics on Vulture songs. In early versions of songs released on the Vultures album, Ye had anti-Semitic lyrics that were eventually cut from the tracks, likely due to Ty Dolla $ign not wanting to be associated with those beliefs. Carnival originally had a different ending to Ye's verse, with Ye not ending with a breath. Dead from Vultures 2 originally had a freestyle from Ye where he mentions Jewish people.
And I still keep some Jews with me. Management, nah, I only let them do my jewelry.
The Vultures title track also references Ye's 2022 controversy, Bully Horse. The Painter. During Ye's first Bully rollout, Ye posted this series of videos on IG stories. This is a video essay by artist Paul McCarthy. It dismantles the myth of the heroic male artist and mocks the narcissistic, over-commercialized art world. It is unknown if this ties into Bully. Good boy, bad boy. Around the same time, Ye posted a clip of this 1985 acting exercise titled Good Boy, Bad Boy to his Instagram. A description of the video reads, "Two monitors stand on pedestals at eye level. The left monitor shows a young black man, the other an older white woman. The man and the woman initially recite the sentences in a neutral tone. However, their expressions become increasingly emotional as the tempo of their recitation differs slightly. The two often do not speak synchronously, so that statements with contradictory content overlap. A confusing effect is also created by the fact that the emotional expression does not often correspond to the content of what is being said. With Good Boy, Bad Boy, the author succeeds not only in recounting the average life of a person in a few terms, he also shows the confusion and anger of individuals when they realize how simple the script of their lives is." Why Bully is called Bully.
You know, my son was playing with some kid, and then he kicked him. And I asked my son, I said, "Why you do that?" He said, "'Cause he weak." And I was like, this man is really a bully right here.
Maybe. Maybe is a song that was part of the original track list for Vultures 2. The song featured Ty on the hook and mumble vocals from Ye. In one of the many updates that Vultures 2 received, the name Maybe was replaced with Forever, and Ye's vocals were replaced with an AI verse. The only way to listen to Maybe is to find it on YouTube or through other unreleased means. Ye 2024. In November 2022, Ye announced his plans to run for president in 2024. Sometime that month, he met with President Trump at Mar-a-Lago to express his intent on running. Ye asked Trump to be his running mate, which infuriated Trump, and he told Ye that he would not win if he ran. Ye claimed that he would begin selling Adidas hoodies with the Ye 24 branding on them for just $20. A few months after his appearance on the Alex Jones show, Ye seemingly ceased all Ye 24 activity. In 2023, Ye's lawyer stated that Ye was not a candidate for 2024, and he did not appear on any ballots during the 2024 election, although some fans chose to write him in. Future asked Ye to be on the Like That remix. In 2025, Ye revealed on the Download with Justin LeBoy that Future asked him to be on the Like That remix. Original Yeezus title. Yeah, maybe that title change was for the best. Ali Alexander. Ali Alexander is an American far-right political activist and conspiracy theorist, best known for organizing the Stop the Steal campaign, which was used to promote the conspiracy theory that Joe Biden's 2020 election victory was actually fraud and the election was stolen from President Trump. During late 2022, Ye was surrounding himself with far-right conspiracy theorists such as Nick Fuentes, Alex Jones, and Ali Alexander. Alexander was using his Twitter account to connect with Ye fans and try to use those fans to further his own political agenda, even going as far as to create Twitter group chats under the guise of updating fans on new Ye music. This includes myself, as I was actually in one of these chats because I was so down bad to get new music news from Ye at this time. However, Alexander's account on Twitter was suspended, ending the saga. Bully physicals versus digitals. During part 1, we discussed Reddit user Western Crab and how he claimed to receive the Bully cassette over a week in advance from the album's intended release date of March 27th. He was flamed by the community on Reddit, with people calling him a fake due to the fact that the music on the cassette was still AI and some inconsistencies with his story. Well, as it turns out, Western Crab was right, as once more people got their hands on the physicals, it became apparent that they were all the same as Western Crab's cassette. The Bully physicals featured all songs with AI besides Damn and Mission Control, with samples being dubbed with AI over them, likely due to a lack of clearance at the time. However, the physical version of Bully is much different from the digital version. On March 26th, Ye took to Twitter to announce that Bully was on the way with a completely different tracklist and the announcement that there would be no AI present on the album. In the end, the final tracklist would be a bit different, with Mission Control, Losing Your Mind, and the unheard song Outside being scrapped. There are some big differences between the songs on the physical versions and even the digital versions of songs we previously heard on Bully before, and I'll list them out here now. These are as of March 28th. All the Love is extended from 3 minutes to 3 minutes and 50 seconds, with a Ye part being added at the end with drums. At the Los Angeles LP, AI vocals were removed from Ye's part, however the current streaming version has AI vocals. The Bully title track has been completely reworked with a tweaked instrumental, entirely different vocals, and no AI vocals present from Ye, along with a CeeLo Green feature. Highs and Lows has a completely new instrumental with some added vocals at the end, with Ye's vocals being real and not AI. However, there are still some punch-ins that are AI. I Can't Wait has a new verse at the end with no AI vocals from Ye. However, it's very likely that Ye couldn't get the sample for the song cleared, as it seems that the sample now has an AI filter over it. White Lines has AI vocals removed from Ye and has a new feature from Andre Troutman. Preacher Man has real Ye vocals during the second and third parts of the track, however the intro is still AI. Beauty and the Beast has all real vocals with no AI, and no notable changes. Damn has added production during the second half of the track. Circles now features mainly just Don Toliver, with Ye removing the AI Ye vocals from the track and just using the Don Toliver reference track that he used for the AI in the first place. The production was changed, likely due to sample issue clearances, along with an increase in tempo, with some added drums. Last Breath is extended by nearly a minute, with Peso Pluma singing the sample and Ye rapping the Spanish vocals with zero AI. However, there are still some AI punch-ins. This one here has some added production, but still has AI vocals present. Bad Bitch Playbook. Bad Bitch Playbook is the album that would eventually morph into the Vulture series, similar to how So Help Me God morphed into The Life of Pablo. In 2023, Ye traveled to Florence, Italy, where he began work on his collab album with Ty Dolla $ign, which would be known as Bad Bitch Playbook. This was when the duo was Yendala, or Yedala, however you want to pronounce it. Ye's production team traveled to Italy to work on the album, with the entire tracklist for the project going up to 40 songs at one point, with many Vultures era grails being featured, such as Love 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 and Streetlights. By late 2023, the Yeezy team moved from Florence to Saudi Arabia. It is there where it's believed that Bad Bitch Playbook was scrapped and the Vultures series took form. Pray. Pray is an unreleased Ye track that was created around 2023. Although originally it was set to release for Yebu, it was brought back during the Bad Bitch Playbook era, as it was seen on the 40-song tracklist. In the 7-minute instrumental that's leaked online, Ye has about 5 minutes of vocals, and although most of them are mumble, he does directly mention his 2022 controversy and calls out Kim Kardashian and Jay-Z by name.
They need something and they hear from me. Everybody has something to say about a t-shirt, but ain't say nothing when that bitch kept my kids from me. That's over. How much money did I make since I left over?
It is unknown if the song was taken into any serious consideration for either Vultures album, as once Bad Bitch Playbook was scrapped, the song did not appear on any other track lists, and eventually was scrapped. Super Bowl commercials. Ye has appeared in 3 separate Super Bowl commercials, 2 of which were from Yeezy. In 2022, Ye appeared at the end of a McDonald's Super Bowl commercial. In 2024, Yeezy aired this Super Bowl commercial.
And since we spent all the money on the commercial spot, we actually didn't spend any money on the actual commercial. But the idea is I want you to go to Yeezy.com, YEEZY.com, and I'm gonna write it at the bottom of the screen, and I got some shoes, and that's it.
The ad resulted in $19 million in sales in just 24 hours. In 2025, Ye released a similar commercial, telling users to go to Yeezy.com.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
While seemingly in a dentist chair, which fueled rumors at the time that he was still on nitrous oxide. Unlike the previous 2 commercials, the 2025 ad caused massive controversy because shortly after the commercial aired, Ye listed swastika t-shirts on the Yeezy website. Genius. Genius is a 2022 documentary about Ye, mainly during the creation and the release of The College Dropout. It follows Kanye West at a time, trying to get his name out there, and gives an inside look at his friends, family, creative process, and behind-the-scenes footage that was never seen before. Most of the footage was shot by Cootie Simmons, who sold the rights to the footage to Netflix for $30 million. Ye initially approved of the project, however he changed his mind and wanted to edit the final cut, but was denied by editors. He did attend a screening of the documentary. Reviews of the film are mostly positive. In Whose Name? In Whose Name is a Ye documentary filmed by Nico Ballesteros between the years of 2016 and 2024. The documentary shows an unfiltered look at Ye's mental battles, music, and controversies. Unlike Genius, Ye approved of the project from beginning to end. While Ye fans felt like the documentary didn't focus enough on the music aspect, critic reviews are mostly positive. Yeezy Pods. Yeezy Pods were the first product released by Yeezy post-2022. They are sock-like shoes that are designed to have a barefoot feel. The pods were first released in December 2023 for a retail price of $200. However, in February 2024, Ye cut the prices down to just $20 as he wanted to make good on his promise to make clothing and footwear more affordable. The Yeezy Pods were the first clothing item at Yeezy to be independently sold in over a decade. The shoe is currently not being sold on the Yeezy website. What time you said?
Stayed up for
It's
y'all,
5:30.
man. Almost 24 hours. Everybody in here sleep. They've been here since.
Oh, wait, take, what time you said it is?
24 hours.
It's 5:30.
It's 5:30, play 5:30.
The Last of Us. The Last of Us is a video game series that on console is a PlayStation exclusive. Ye has a long documented history of playing The Last of Us video games and is a huge fan. In early 2025, Ye shared a story on Instagram. In it, he's playing The Last of Us Part 2, and the caption reads the following: "Last of Us 2 on Survivor Plus mode got me spending all day on one board. By far the best game ever made so far. This is not a sponsored post." During an interview with Justin LeBoy, it was spotted in the background that Ye has over 199 hours on The Last of Us Part 1. According to a 2026 interview with Variety, Bianca also revealed that Ye is a fan of the Mafia video game series due to its plot-heavy gameplay. Fear. Fear is an unreleased Ye track intended for Vultures 2. It was featured on the 40-song tracklist for Bad Bitch Playbook during the Italy sessions. Although it was intended for Volume 2, the song in its leaked state only features Ye vocals. The track is an auto-tune infused song that was likely one of the last tracks worked on for Volume 2 before the AI era. The track samples Fear by Low.
Fear. I ain't mean to sin, Father God, it's the real me. Couldn't let that nigga slide, he was gon' kill me.
Vultures movie. On January 10th, 2025, Ye took to Instagram to post the trailer for the Vultures movie. This was around the time where Ye was really on his AI usage in his creative process, so the movie trailer was created with AI. Nothing has come of this project since. Hide Your Bitch. Hide Your Bitch is a song that Ye previewed on Instagram in early 2025.
Hide your bitch.
How's your bitch?
Originally thought to be for Ye's album Bully, it was later revealed by Digital Nas that the vocals were intended for his song Black Heidi Slimane. The song remains unreleased. Can You Be Group By. Prior to 2024, Can You Be was one of the most sought after grails in the Ye community. The song was originally played at the 2015 Glastonbury Festival. Then, a few years later, Music Mafia, a leaker group, leaked a snippet online and attempted to hold a group buy, which failed. In 2024, Aiden Ross played a CD quality snippet of Can You Be, which led to an increased interest in a group buy. Notorious leaker Lewitt led a $25,000 group buy, which ended up being successful with the help of Yeezy Cord. After nearly a decade, people now finally had the full quality version of Can You Be, and we also learned that the song was originally titled Pressure. However, the group buy was a double-edged sword because Ye would actually use this version of the song on the Vultures 2 Digital Deluxe. Mark Zuckerberg indirectly caused Ye's 2022 controversy. In 2022, Ye's Instagram account was suspended for this post where he shared a conversation he had with Diddy. The conversation was labeled as anti-Semitic, and Ye's Instagram was temporarily locked. This caused Ye to go back to Twitter for the first time since 2020, where he tweeted this directed at Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Instagram and its parent company, Meta. Zuckerberg may have indirectly caused Ye's 2020 controversy, as Ye began to tweet more outrageous and wild content on his account following his ban from Instagram, and we all know how Ye gets once he's on a Twitter bender. Ye is generally more calmer on Instagram than he is on Twitter, so it really is a what if Ye was never banned on Instagram. Weight loss. Since 2022 and even 2024, Ye has lost a significant amount of weight and has gotten back into shape. In fact, he's done this multiple times in the past couple years. Here's Ye in 2022 and in 2026, and here's Ye in 2024 and 2025. Concussion. Concussion is a 5Yo Foreign and Ye song that was the first song we got from Ye following his 2022 controversy. The track released on May 31st, 2023 via 5Yo Foreign's YouTube, and it was first previewed on Instagram by Foreign. The track was not well received by the hip-hop community, as it was clear the song was unfinished as Ye mumbled a lot of his verse. For those who don't know, Ye, like most of the rappers, will often mumble lines he hasn't finished yet as placeholders, which is why a lot of his unreleased music features mumbling. The track was later released on I'll Be Back's album, Dying with a Charger. Future. Ye has stated on multiple occasions how much he loves Future and his music. He's featured on multiple songs on Vultures 2 and Donda 2, with Ye returning the favor on Future's 2022 album, I Never Liked You. Donda 2 was supposed to be executively produced by Future, as Ye mentioned this himself on Instagram when he originally announced the album back in 2022. Ye did not like Future's verse on Playboi Carti's album, Music, tweeting, "After listening to Carti's album, I'ma say something I never thought I would say. Future's washed." Ye also tweeted, "I can unwash Future how I unwashed Ty," referring to Vultures 1 and 2. He's still got potential. The king has spoken. In the same vein, Ye also tweeted, "When I met up with Drake during Donda, most of the convo was me telling him how he was hurting hip-hop by giving J. Cole a platform, and that I was saying how much I love Future." J. Cole. Speaking of J. Cole, after previously praising Cole on multiple occasions, Ye's opinion of him seemed to take a turn during 2023 to 2024. In 2023 during Dreamville Fest, J. Cole asked Ye publicly to clear the sample for his song Villmatic, which directly samples Devil in a New Dress. Ye, or someone at Def Jam, eventually complied as the track is now on streaming. On the Like That remix, Ye called out J. Cole by name.
Play J. Cole, get the pussy dry.
He also posted this J. Cole meme on Instagram. In a 2024 interview with Justin LeBoy, Ye implied that his disdain for Cole may come from J. Cole's 2016 track, False Prophets, which is about Ye.
J. Cole apologized to Kendrick.
Fuck all that pussy shit.
Oh, shit.
Fuck all that shit.
Yeah, you have it.
Yo, fuck all that shit, man, because it's like that nigga J. Cole went on tour with Drake. He know what it is. It's like, nigga, you can't run now. It's you also, all this like.
It's up for Cole, too?
If you say Cole, you can't say up and Cole in the same sentence.
Oh,
it's like,
God.
It's
Are
like,
apologies even allowed in rap beef, though?
I don't know,
I've never seen no shit like that before.
I don't listen to J. Cole, so I wouldn't even know. I just heard he had a song called False Idols and somebody told me it's halfway about me. So it's like that, you know.
During his 2025 mental breakdown, Ye made a couple tweets about J. Cole. "I hate J. Cole music so much. It's like between Kendrick and J. Cole. I bet you industry plans asked J. Cole to diss Drake, then we would have to be accosted with a J. Cole Super Bowl commercial with no SZA song to save it. No one listens to J. Cole after losing their virginity. If another person says J. Cole can rap, bro." J. Cole has yet to comment on any of Ye's recent remarks. Ye makes his own Ye edit. Ye edits, or Yedits, are fan edits of Kanye West's music. You've definitely seen them. In March 2025, after Palm declined the sample for Ye's Highs and Lows, Ye tweeted out an edit of Highs and Lows to the beat of World War III.
Still you never let me go. Ain't nobody bigger than a program. Till you bigger than a program.
It's safe to say that Ye should stick to the beats in the verses and leave the Ye edits to his community. Reflection. About a week after his original tweets in 2025, Ye shared a video reflecting on some of the comments he made, specifically about Playboi Carti, as the two had begun to distance themselves from each other after Ye attacked Carti on multiple occasions due to what Ye saw as Carti meddling in his daughter's affairs in the midst of Ye trying to get some control over what her daughter could put out on social media, which resulted in this tweet by Carti. I will now play the entire Ye video in full.
Yo, this whole time I've been tweeting for the past 5 weeks, I've just been expressing myself, and now, like, you know, it's been very therapeutic. I never really realized the amount of times that I've been crossed. Like, take John Legend, for instance. Like, I definitely changed his life, you know, brought him up, all that. And, you know, he just went against me because I like Trump. It was nothing against him. But he became a very vocal person against me. Like, I can't be his friend anymore. It's like, first of all, like, bro, I put you on. Like, everyone was so, you know, I just didn't appreciate it. And I just deal with that.
and get to a happy place. But something about the Cardi shit that was triggering me, just like how Trav and put me on the album. But then I understand it because what I'm saying about the shit. But then it's like when he brought my daughter into it and was talking to this woman that does all of this evil shit right in front of everybody's face that everybody knows is happening. So like I feel like I'm being gaslit. None of these celebrities never say no, but they'll say something about my hat. You know what I mean? It's just like that just hit me in a different place, and it's too basic. You know what I mean? I know he just happy about his album, and maybe he thought that was lit, or maybe he thought I would like it as something. I know he didn't know I wouldn't like the Skims bar, but it just really triggered a lot of things. It pulled things together between the idea of celebrity and family, and just that dichotomy that I've been fighting, like when I was in the Kardashian land, and then really traveling the world, moving to Japan to like not have to see it, because I'm the type of person, if I see it, I'm gonna want to fix it, I'm gonna change, I want to speak up and say something for my kids. So I think I did things, I was doing things, to lash out at God, like, God forgot about me. And people think, when you get money, you're not allowed to have issues. But people with money, it's such a slap in the face to be able to get all that money and still not have say so on when your kids go to school, or when you see them, or what their content is, what they're watching, right? And then, so I did all this, and I put up the photo that's very disturbing, of my daughter, my youngest daughter, and it's all kinds of other photos like that. And I know when I put that up that they were gonna come for me for real. And that's when I got knocks on my door and familiar faces, saying, hey, maybe you should come to a retreat. A retreat, I don't even, what's it look like aesthetically? It's just a retreat. Come to find out it was a hospital. So that's what happened like a couple hours ago.
Ye allegedly makes Pusha T and Jay-Z Epstein connection. After the release of the Epstein files in 2026, an anonymous, unverified FBI tip appeared in those files that accused Jay-Z and Pusha T of serious sexual crimes, and that Jay-Z knew Jeffrey Epstein personally. After this came to light, people online pointed back to a clip from one of the Ye live streams in 2025 where Ye talks about Pusha T and Jay-Z, claiming that Ye made the connection before this tip even came to light.
If you take people like Jay-Z and fucking Pusha T, they made their living killing our people, so how the fuck they gonna stand up for our people? You know what I'm saying? But we forget that because we love Jay-Z's music so much. We love Pusha's music so much, right? But you think they would ever, Beyonce had the best fit for somebody else? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You think they would ever tell the truth? No, if they told the truth, back then they'd go to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you have liars. Man. Liars are now the face of our culture.
However, this is completely false, as Ye was referring to Jay and Pusha's early days of drug dealing, not anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein. While we're on the topic, Kanye West actually appears in the Epstein files, but not for any nefarious deeds, but for how good his music is. Dark Spaceships. Dark Spaceships is a rumored album title for Ye and Travis Scott's potential collab album that was teased in early 2026. However, rumored is doing a lot of heavy lifting, as the title seems to have originated from Reddit and online forums as a troll post. Fabio Jackson in Father music video. In the Father music video for Bully, there is a Michael Jackson impersonator featured behind Ye. That impersonator is Fabio Jackson, who went viral in early 2020 for looking eerily similar to Michael Jackson post-90s. Although he is an impersonator, in my opinion, he has a long way to go if he's actually going to impersonate someone with the voice of Michael Jackson.
I just wanna touch you.
Fabio confirmed on Instagram that it's him in the music video. Slender Man. During Ye's first shows after the release of Vultures 2, he began to wear this costume, which many fans pointed out the resemblance to the video game character Slender Man. Unlock. Unlock is one of the first solo Ye songs that was publicly previewed after Ye's isolation to Japan following the 2022 controversy. It was first previewed at a London fashion show in September of 2023 with only Ye vocals. The song was intended to appear on Vultures Volume 1, with the track appearing on the original December 8th iTunes tracklist for the album. However, after Vultures 1 got delayed, the track was scrapped. Despite the song being played on Chicago's Power 92 radio station in January 2024, the song would not appear on any more track lists and was eventually leaked in October 2024. Fortnite collab. In 2022, Ye was supposed to be featured in the video game Fortnite as a skin. This emote would have been an unreleased track from the Donda or Donda 2 era. There are mixed reports as to why this collab didn't happen. Either it was because of the 2022 controversy, or that Ye allegedly did not show up to his meeting with Epic Games. 2022 Good Friday songs. In 2022, Ye planned to release the Donda 2 songs 530, We Did It Kid, and True Love as a part of a Good Friday-esque release in promotion for the album. For those who are unaware, Good Friday was a music campaign for Ye's Good Music label in promotion for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Over 15 weeks in 2009 and 2010, Ye released 15 songs that were heavy on collaborations with good music artists such as Common, Pusha T, and Kid Cudi. According to Insider Waterfalls, 530 specifically was supposed to release in June of 2022. However, True Love was the only one of these songs that would get an official release before 2025. Missed. During Ye's inactivity online between 2/22/22 and December 2022, he randomly popped up for a quick second in July to comment on this post asking Instagram users what their favorite garden hose setting was. Ye revealed that his favorite setting is Mist. Clone theory. Following Kanye West changing his name to Ye, a theory started online that Ye is actually a clone of Kanye West. This theory began to gain traction following the 2022 controversy. The evidence behind this theory is a slight change in appearance, and that Ye's change in attitude following the 2022 controversy was they controlling him, whoever you believe they is, and that they cloned Ye to make him disregard his 2022 views. However, this theory is obviously false, as the change in appearance can be attributed to this thing called aging, and if Ye was cloned to put 2022 under the table, the arguably worst 2025 incident would have never happened. Northwest music career. After being featured on both Vulture's albums with Talking and Bomb, Ye's daughter Northwest is launching her own music career. During the Vulture's listening experience in Phoenix, North announced her album Elementary School Dropout, a play on Ye's first ever album, The College Dropout. In 2026, North released the single Piercing on My Hand and has recently been making her own beats, some of which sample her father's music. This includes Bully, as North co-produced the song Punch Drunk. Elementary School Dropout is rumored to release sometime in 2026. Interactions with fan accounts. In recent years, Ye has interacted a lot with online fan accounts dating back to the Vultures era. Some of the more recent and notable instances of this in 2025, when Ye responded to a critical tweet of Vultures 2 by Goodass Sub with this. He's also retweeted the Twitter account Ye Unreleased on multiple occasions, and even once stole their Twitter photo bar for bar in a tweet about Ye's song intros. Super Mario lawsuit. In 2024, former Ye employee Trevor Phillips, not that Trevor Phillips, sued Ye and alleged some interesting things. Phillips alleged that in 2023, Ye threw a massive tantrum and threatened to punch him. He then, quote, imitated the celebratory dance of Mario from the famous video game Super Mario Bros., unquote, and told Phillips, quote, I'm gonna give you one more chance, another life. As of the recording of this video, the lawsuit is still ongoing. Be quiet before you get exiled. While mid-rant during the Las Vegas Vultures afterparty, Ye kept getting interrupted by a woman, who he then told to
Shut up! Be quiet before you get exiled.
He would later say the same thing to a fan, although he was joking.
Hold on 1 second. Be quiet before you get exiled. No.
The moment went so viral that Ye then turned it into a lyric on the Vultures Volume 1 outro, King.
Shut the hell up before you get exiled.
Bully potatoes.
Bully is cooked.
I miss you when I wake up before you. During the Vultures rollout, Ye posted this photo of Bianca on Instagram with the caption, I miss you when I wake up before you. In January 2024, Ye filed a trademark for this phrase. In the filing, he detailed how he planned to use the phrase for moisturizers, plush toys, and jewelry. However, the filing also included things such as chemical research, life-size inflatable dummies with water bases, and biological cloning. Ever since this trademark was filed, nothing has happened in terms of Ye or Yeezy monetizing the phrase. Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat is a former Twitch streamer who at the top of his game was the #1 streamer on the entire platform. Back in 2024 and 2025, Kai Cenat and Ye had frequent interactions, with Ye even sending Kai Yeezy pants to try out on stream. But once Kai tried them on and they didn't fit, Ye lashed out at him and called him, quote, controlled. He'd continue and go on to call Kai Cenat a pawn. However, Ye would end the beef in January 2025 after wishing Kai a Happy New Year. They briefly met at the Grammys, and there was even a collaboration stream planned, but after the 2025 controversy, Kai scrapped those plans. This is not real. Whenever Ye has recently had to debunk something, he'll simply use the phrase, "this is not real." Some more recent examples of this include when he tried to defend his crypto scam, debunking satire texts posted by Twitter accounts attempting to farm engagement, when someone tried to make an OnlyFans for Ye and Bianca, yes, this actually happened, and when I'll Be Back claimed that he wrote what I would have said at Virgil's funeral. Removal of dog. For the unreleased album Cuck, Ye used this picture for the album cover. However, he, or someone on his team, used AI to remove the dog from the picture. Fake bucket list. In December 2025, Don Displace posted a bucket list online that was presumed to be Ye's. The bucket list had 36 items on it, which included the following: climb Mount Kilimanjaro, buy a house in Jamaica, learn to ride a motorbike, travel South America, swim with sharks, skydive, bungee jump, learn to surf, scuba dive, snowboard, ride an elephant, climb a volcano, write a book, design my own line, buy a house in New York, drive from LA to New York, make my own shampoos and soaps, hot springs Iceland, go to a drive-in movie, learn French, visit Great Wall of China, see the pyramids, visit the Amazon, swim in the Dead Sea, Petra, Jordan, climb Machu Picchu, visit the Taj Mahal, Christ the Redeemer, Brazil, Moai, Chile, Cambodia, travel Russia, ride on the North Trans-Siberian Express, learn to invest, paint often, own a pug, and learn to pole dance. However, the following day, Ye would take to Twitter to call the bucket list fake, stating that the writing on the list was not his handwriting. Fashion trend.
What's a fashion trend you regret participating in?
Life.
Drome. Drome is a project announced by Ye in 2023. It is a proposed 100,000-acre utopia that would be self-sustaining. The city was originally planned to be somewhere in the Middle East, and it would feature futuristic architecture, no stairs, and a quote, Ye-ecosystem. The planned city would be double the size of New York City. Here's a video of Ye discussing Drome.
On the next way of living. These are these fully sustainable cities. This is like, it's like an iPhone, right? But we're God's iPhone. We're his favorite creation.
In 2025, Ye shared more images and mock-ups of Drome. As of recording, Ye has not mentioned Drome in 2026. Recent paparazzi incidents. With Ye reappearing in public life in recent years, he was bound to get into more public spats with the paparazzi. Some highlights of these interactions include the phone snatching incident, and when he was asked about his view on the Israel and Palestine conflict.
The Palestinians.
I don't have enough information on that. I'm straight up nigga, from south side of Chicago, born in Atlanta. I don't have enough information. There's love for everybody, but don't pull me to that conversation. I got 14 kids dying every week in my city. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about that.
Yes.
The Goat Saint. The Goat Saint was a YouTube account created by Ye's son, Saint West. The 8-year-old was able to make the account after signing a contract given to him by his mother, Kim Kardashian. However, the channel didn't last long, as Saint posted an anti-Kamala Harris YouTube short and Kim deleted the account, presumably because Saint broke the contract. Bunny pen. In 2024, Ye refused to sign a fan autograph with a bunny pen.
Is that a pen? Y'all gonna make me hold that bunny pen, huh? Nobody else got another pen?
I have a pen. What's nasty though?
We got a fan, thank you.
Gooning to Lizzo. In February 2025, Ye posted an image of Lizzo on Twitter with the caption, "I'm proud of Lizzo, I'm proud of the direction," commenting on her lost weight. Someone in the comments noticed that Ye was seemingly on a meeting on Google Meet and responded with, "Bro is gooning to Lizzo pics." Ye retweeted this comment. Baby Keem Memes. Baby Keem Memes is an Instagram page that mostly posts hip-hop related content. On multiple occasions, Ye has DM'd this page thinking it was the actual Baby Keem, potentially due to the page's large follower count. On multiple occasions, Ye messaged the account about music news, such as the releases for Vultures 2 and 3, which inevitably got delayed or scrapped. Eventually, Ye would figure out this was not the real Baby Keem. James Blake removing producer credit for This One Here. This One Here is the outro for Bully. It originated from the 2022 collaborative sessions between Ye and James Blake, known as War. When Bully dropped on March 28th, James Blake revealed that he was going to ask for his producer credit on the track to be removed. He explained why. The way I pitched his vocals and constructed the track from his freestyle is partially there, majorly peppered with other newer vocal takes, etc. But the spirit of my actual production is mostly absent other than that. My original version is a completely different production and spirit. Happy for the fans, but I've asked to be taken off the producer credits for now, as I don't want to take credit for other people's work, and this version isn't what I created with Ye. It's not personal. I just hit a point where I don't want to be credited on music where I can affect the end result. It is unknown whether or not Ye and James Blake are on speaking terms, although Blake insisted it wasn't personal.
2 ways, it's no time. Right now, showtime.
2 ways, no time. Right now,
Ye and Mike Dean beef. As of the recording of this video, it doesn't seem like Ye or Mike Dean are on good speaking terms. During the Vultures rollout, Mike Dean commented on the inferior mixing state of the albums compared to Ye's previous projects, which Dean worked on. However, it seemed like the two may have patched things up, as Ye announced in 2024 that he and Mike were reuniting for Bully, but after the 2025 mental breakdown, it seems the two fell out once again. In May 2025, Ye tweeted out the following: "Why is Mike Dean so up in all my business? Shit's weird." Then, when Bully released in March, Mike Dean commented this about Ye removing some of the AI from the album. Ye and the Jack. Ye and the Jack refers to an Instagram post made by Travis Scott in 2024, where he previewed the unreleased track Nights on the Moon. Ye misses the elevator.
Hey man, how you doing, bro? It's a pleasure to see you. Man, I love your music, man. Bro, you mind if I, bro, one photograph, can you, man? Man, one, bro, one for love. One for love, man.
It's okay. Let him know. Bye.
We love you, man.
Play Off the Grid. During behind-the-scenes footage of the making of Donda, Ye went on a legendary rant that ended up with the phrase, "play off the grid."
Alright, play off the grid.
He would reference this moment again in future posts on social media. Labi Sisse denies My Song being stolen to make I Wonder. Labi Sisse is the artist behind the track My Song, which is the main sample for I Wonder off Graduation. He took to social media a few years back to explain that Ye did not steal his song to make I Wonder, and that he properly sampled it. Divorce and Dead Poems. In 2022, during his divorce proceedings with Kim Kardashian, Ye went to Instagram to post 2 poems titled Divorce and Dead. I will read them in that order. Divorce feels like full-blown COVID. Divorce feels like your doctor don't know shit. Divorce feels like you're walking on glass. Divorce feels like you're running through a glass wall. Divorce feels like you're being bullied up in a class hall. Divorce feels like you're getting beat up in the mall. Divorce feels like your hand was burned on the stove. Divorce feels like your soul was dragged over coals. Divorce feels like a grandma never got over that cold. Divorce feels like the first play of the Super Bowl and your ankle rolls. Divorce feels like your kids were snatched from your control. Divorce feels like you're being shot and the traffic is slow. Divorce feels like heavy breathing. Divorce feels like suffocating, barely breathing. Divorce feels like you're receiving a spiritual beating every evening. Divorce feels like you've worked overtime all week and you aren't allowed off over the weekend. Divorce feels like you got broken into. Divorce feels like you got broken into 1,000 pieces. Divorce feels like you've been set on fire for your truth, then labeled a liar. Divorce feels like Michael Myers. Divorce feels like your teeth being pulled with pliers. Divorce feels like slower than paint and dryer. Divorce feels like nails in your hand. Divorce feels like walking in on your bride and your best man. Divorce feels like you can't sit or stand. Divorce feels like you can't breathe. Divorce feels like you can't stay or leave. Divorce feels like a funeral, a miscarriage, a broken leg. Divorce feels like you gave everyone away and you don't have the right to have anything to say. Who are you to have an opinion on your own life? You are not you anymore. What's left of you? Michael Jackson said it best. You're a vegetable. You're a vegetable. You're the real Cosby, not a Huxtable. No one wanted to tell me I was dead, and only people that would talk to me were in my head. No one wanted to tell me I was dead. Only people who loved me would visit in their dreams instead. They would come to my grave and sprinkle some bread, so on my tombstone the birds would be fed. I would give new requests, but nothing was said, 'cause no one wanted to tell me that I was dead. They ran through my account like the sign said free bread. No one wanted to tell me that I was dead. My kids would dance for me in a home I once led, but kids see ghosts and didn't know I was dead. Everything was wrong in the press that I read, 'cause no one wanted to tell me that I was dead. I realized when people spoke to me was only when they prayed, 'cause no one wanted to tell me, bro, you've been dead. Would anyone listen to one word I said? Of course not, sir. You know how long you've been dead. Funny, it's been a long, long time since I bled. You think someone who prides being smart as me would have known that he's dead. So now every idea only exists in my head. I guess that's how people treat people who are dead. I found out one day at the newsstand in Purgatory there was a front page article of my murder story. I was surprised at what it said. This info is for the living, and surprise, you're dead. Ty Dolla $ign predator catching streams. In 2024, during the Vultures 2 rollout, Ty Dolla $ign appeared on stream with streamer Vitaly to do the classic predator catching streams, in which Ty Dolla $ign would reveal some information about Vultures 2 and play some of the songs, including Field Trip. Evangelica. Evangelica is a Donda 2 era track which samples A Cruel Angel's Thesis, the opening to Neon Genesis Evangelion. It was initially written by I'll Be Back as a reference track for Donda 2, but it's unclear if Kanye ever recorded vocals for it. Sometime later, I'll Be Back took the song for himself to release for his debut studio album, So-Called Friends. So-Called Friends is an unreleased Vultures era song which features Freddie Gibbs. Although the song leaked in 2024, in 2025, Gibbs' lyrics from the track would appear on the song Shangri-La on the 2025 album Alfredo 2, a collaboration between himself and The Alchemist. Gibbs has stated that Shangri-La was recorded before So-Called Friends. Sneeko reference track for All the Love.
And yeah, I see all the lights, and damn, she finds you want all the time.
Last Week. Last Week is a 30-minute documentary uploaded to YouTube in 2022 by Ye himself. The documentary offers a look into his business and personal life. It shows footage of him meeting with Adidas executives, in design meetings, driving, with his children, and all while addressing some of his scrutiny over his public actions. Ye stated that he was going to make more of these Last Week videos. However, there hasn't been one since this one. Never See Me Again was brought back for Donda. In 2021, the unreleased track Never See Me Again was brought back for the Donda sessions. As one of Ye's most famous unreleased songs, there is a false rumor surrounding the track that it was supposed to be a suicide note that Ye was supposed to leave the world. As evidence to the contrary, See Me Again, or Never See Me Again, was brought back multiple times during the Donda era. Here is a snippet of a leak that is dated July 24th, 2021. Andre Troutman is the reason for Donda being on Mama's Favorite. Andre Troutman recently revealed on Instagram that Donda's speech on the song Mama's Favorite was included because of him. He also has co-production and additional production credits on All the Love, White Lines, King, Father, Mama's Favorite, Sisters and Brothers, Bully, Highs and Lows, I Can't Wait, Damn, and this one here. Honestly, with the amount of creativity that Andre Troutman has brought to Bully as an album, it's safe to say that he is the GOAT of Bully. Ye's stance on NFTs. In 2022, Ye took to Instagram to give his opinion on NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. He was very, very adamant that he did not care for them. We here forever technically. We here forever technically is a mantra that artists Steve Lacy, Lil Uzi Vert, and Ye got tattooed on their arms in 2022. Done by tattoo artist Mez Afram, it symbolizes their belief in artistic immortality, suggesting their cultural influence in music will live on forever, even if not in a traditional physical sense. The meetup between Uzi and Ye is the last time that the two artists have publicly been seen together. Travis lets Ye attend his daughter's party. In early 2022, Ye was not allowed to attend his daughter Chicago's 4th birthday party. That is, until Travis Scott let him in. He thanked Travis in a public video.
Yo, I'm so happy right now. I just came from Shy's party, and I just gotta shout out to Travis Scott for sending me the address and the time and making sure that I was able to spend that birthday memory with my daughter, to be there with the rest of the family. And I just saw everybody. It was Chris and Corey and Kylie. Kylie let me in right when I got to the spot because the security stopped me once again when I got there. And it's just a matter of just having a conversation, open dialogue, and it was just, everyone just had a great time. And I'm just really happy that I could be there for my children. I just want to thank everybody for their support.
All caps. In early 2022, Ye took to Instagram to express his disappointment about his current family state, how he wanted to get back together with his estranged wife Kim Kardashian, and how he wanted to see his kids more often. He also used his platform to attack Pete Davidson, who was at the time seeing his ex-wife. In the middle of February 2022, Ye issued an apology on Instagram for using his trademark all caps when talking about these issues. It is very likely that this apology was written by a publicist. I've learned that using all caps makes people feel like I'm screaming at them. I'm working on my communication. I can benefit from a team of creative professionals, organizers, mobilizers, and community leaders. Thank everybody for supporting me. I know sharing screenshots was jarring and came off as harassing Kim. I take accountability. I'm still learning in real time. I don't have all the answers. To be a good leader is to be a good listener. Why do I say this was written by a publicist? Because about a day later, Ye took to Instagram to say the all caps was back. He posted, quote, "Vision, oh sorry, all caps is back for the people that's all cap." 2023 to now feature run. Ever since his 2022 controversy, Ye has had a pretty interesting feature run. Although I'm not going to go into depth for these features, I'm going to list them out here. Some of these might be some throwbacks for some of you. Israel with I'll Be Back, Oxygen with Sean Leone, which was Sci-Fi from Donda 2, Stand United and Where They At with French Montana, No Apologies with Consequence, No Face with Ghostface Killah, No Bad News with Corday, God's in Control with Haas, Plain Jane and Give Me a Second 2 with Rich the Kid, Wheels Fall Off with Ty Dolla $ign, and Hot Shit with Cardi B. Although this one is from 2022, Ye also did appear on DJ Khaled's album God Did with a Use This Gospel remix featuring Eminem, the same one that is from the Jesus is King 2 sessions. Yandhi 2025. While Ye was working on releasing Donda 2 in 2025, he was live streaming the entire process with the help of Digital Nas. While they were working on the album, the live chat kept asking Ye to release some of his other unreleased works, including War and Yandhi. In 2026, it was revealed that the team actually was planning to release Yandhi on streaming services, but the plan fell through. The alleged tracklist leaked online, which includes the following songs in order: Bye Bye Baby, New Body, The Storm, Spread Your Wings, Hurricane, All Dreams Are Real, Last Name, Brothers, The Garden, Law of Attraction, Chakras, and We Got Love. Skechers. In October 2022, Ye visited Skechers' Manhattan Beach offices unannounced and had to be escorted out. In a statement to the media, Skechers said, considering Ye was engaged in unauthorized filming, 2 Skechers executives escorted him and his party from the building after a brief conversation. Although it is still unclear as to why Ye visited Skechers, it is important to note that just days before, Adidas and Gap dropped their partnerships, so it's not impossible that he was looking for a new partner. Behind the scenes of Father. In March 2026, Ye and Travis Scott posted some behind the scenes footage of the making of their track Father from Bully.
I was working with them.
You've been back to us. That we've been to our Father.
She play piano to me. I want to play you this chopper. This maybe could have like some drums, like the I Am a God drums. And some I couldn't figure it out. So he's like. Ain't wanna let me in. Now I'm back to life like an EpiPen. Now my wife in a leopard skin. But first check me out, then check me in. Now, go again. You see this coat, nigga? Check me in. You see this coat, nigga? Check. You see this coat, nigga? Check me in. All right, punch me in after what I just said. Like it shouldn't go straight to the rap. It should let the beat play for a little bit. Know you wonder where the Effie been, but I'm back to life like an EpiPen, and she still in a leopard skin. And check me out, then check me in. See this coat, nigga?
While we're on the subject of Father, a cool little tidbit I wanted to point out is that the interview used to transition from Ye's verse to Travis's verse is a 1988 interview CNN did with James Brown.
Because I look good, I smell good, I feel good, and you sing good, and make love good.
The Heart Part 5. In the music video to Kendrick Lamar's The Heart Part 5, the faces of various figures appear superimposed over Lamar's face through deepfake technology, including O.J. Simpson, Kobe Bryant, and Nipsey Hussle. One of these figures is Ye, and as Lamar begins to discuss how friends can be, quote, bipolar, unquote, and steal your earnings, his face contorts into his. All of the people whose faces are present also appear on the song's cover art via images of their hands. Prod by Zach. When Ye was active on Instagram during the Donda 2 era, one of his most frequent commenters was a user named Prod by Zach, a hip-hop artist who wanted everyone to know that, quote, Ye the GOAT, no cap, going as far as to make a song aptly titled The GOAT, no cap. At peak activity, he would often comment up to 7 times on Ye's posts just to glaze. With Ye's decreased social media activity today, his commenting activity is fittingly not as frequent as it was before. Grills. In January 2024, Ye installed titanium grills with the help of Dr. Thomas Connolly, who we discussed in parts 1 and 2 of the Iceberg. Ye previewed these grills on Instagram. They caused Ye to develop a lisp, which is one of the reasons he started using AI vocals in an attempt to mask this lisp. As of recording, Ye no longer has the grills and does not seem to have the lisp anymore, or it is less noticeable. Yeezy Shades. Yeezy Shades are a Yeezy product that was advertised in 2022 as a one-set visor pair of sunglasses with a futuristic tone. There was a giant celebrity marketing campaign for these shades, with the likes of Lil Uzi Vert and Ice Spice participating in the marketing. After the 2022 controversy, the shades were put on hold and would eventually be released on the Yeezy site in 2025. Wireless Festival controversy. On March 30th, Ye was announced as the headliner for the Wireless Festival 2026 in London for all 3 days. Something significant about the event that people online picked up on was that Ye's Wireless Festival appearance would coincide with Jay-Z's 3 nights at Yankee Stadium this summer, with people saying how we would finally have a live versus between 2 of hip-hop's titans. However, controversy over Ye being picked as the headliner had surfaced as sponsors began to pull out of Wireless over Ye's past anti-Semitic remarks. Pepsi, PayPal, Diageo, and Rockstar Energy Drinks had pulled their sponsorships from the event, and the backlash didn't stop there. Before we move on any further, I just want to emphasize that there are going to be giant blocks of text on the screen in a couple of moments, as there are a lot of letters going back and forth about Ye's status at Wireless, and I'm going to read these letters word for word because I think it's important in an informational / iceberg video of this sort that I relay all the information. So if you don't want to read or sit through all that, I would recommend you skip this section. On April 1st, a spokesperson for the Mayor of London released the following statement. "We are clear the past comments / actions of this artist are offensive and wrong, and are simply not reflective of London's values. This was a decision taken by the festival organizers and not one that City Hall was involved in." United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer released a statement in early April about the news. It is deeply concerning Kanye West has been booked to perform at Wireless despite his previous anti-Semitic remarks in celebration of Nazism. Anti-Semitism in any form is abhorrent and must be confronted firmly wherever it appears. Everyone has a responsibility to ensure Britain is a place where Jewish people feel safe. In a letter written to the House of Commons, United Kingdom Shadow Secretary Chris Phillips called for Ye to be banned from the country. "I am writing to urge you to prevent Kanye West, now known as Ye, from traveling to the United Kingdom ahead of his planned appearance at the Wireless Festival in London this July. Given his repeated anti-Semitic remarks, including statements expressing sympathy for Nazi ideology, his return to the United Kingdom is deeply concerning. This is not a one-off lapse, but a pattern of behavior that has caused real offense and distress to Jewish communities. His partial apologies have been retracted in the past and do not atone for what he has said. Both the Community Security Trust and the Campaign Against Anti-Semitism have been clear West should not come. The House Secretary has powers under the Immigration Act of 1971 to exclude individuals whose presence is not conducive to the public good. These powers have been used in cases involving extremist or hateful rhetoric, including the following. As you will be aware, these powers have been also applied in more recent cases, including the decision earlier this year to refuse entry to the following. The same principle should be applied consistently. At a time when anti-Semitism is rising in the United Kingdom, allowing someone with this track record to headline a major public event sends entirely the wrong message. Following the anti-Semitic murders in Manchester last autumn and the attack on Hatzolah in Golders Green just a few days ago, the United Kingdom Jewish community needs action. You said a lot about fighting anti-Semitism at the recent Community Security Trust dinner. Whether you act in this case or not, will show if these words were hollow. On April 6th, it was reported that permission for Ye to enter the United Kingdom and perform at Wireless was officially put under review by ministers of the country. That same day, the managing director of Wireless Festival released the following statement, which confirmed Ye would still be headlining the show. I am a deeply committed anti-fascist and have been all my adult life. I lived on a kibbutz for many months in the 1970s that was attacked on October 7th. Am pro-Jew and the Jewish state, while being equally committed to a Palestinian state. Having had a person in my life for the past 15 years who suffers from mental illness, I have witnessed many episodes of despicable behavior that I've had to forgive and move on from. If I wasn't before, I have become a person of forgiveness and hope in all aspects of my life, including work. What Ye has said in the past about Jews and Hitler is as abhorrent to me as it is to the Jewish community, the Prime Minister, and others that have commented, taking him at his word, to Ye now also. Ye's music is played on commercial stations in this country. It is available via live streams and downloads in this country without comment or vitriol from anyone, and he has the legal right to come into the country and perform in this country. He is intended to come in and perform. We are not giving him a platform to extol opinion of whatever nature, only to perform the songs that are currently being played on the radio stations in our country and the streaming platforms in our country and listened to and enjoyed by millions. Forgiveness and giving people a second chance are becoming a lost virtue in this ever-increasing divisive world, and I would ask people to reflect on their instant comments of disgust at the likelihood of him performing, as was mine, and offer some forgiveness and hope to him as I have decided to do. Wireless then responded by removing partnerships from their website and moving forward with Ye as their headliner, a major break in terms of industry norms. On April 7th, Ye released a statement about the backlash and how he wanted to make things right. To those I've hurt, I've been following the conversation around Wireless and want to address it directly. My only goal is to come to London and present a show of change, bringing unity, peace, and love through my music. I would be grateful for the opportunity to meet with leaders of the Jewish community in the UK in person, to listen. I know my words aren't enough. I'll have to show change through my actions. If you're open, I'm here. The Board of Deputies of British Jews responded with the following. It has been less than a year since Kanye West released a song entitled Heil Hitler, the culmination of 3 years of appalling anti-Semitism. He has made a number of deeply offensive comments about the black community, saying that the 400 years of slavery was, quote, like a choice, unquote. Even while claiming remorse today, his latest album includes a track first released last year with the abhorrent title, Gas Chambers, All the Love. The Jewish community will want to see a genuine remorse and change before believing that the appropriate place to test this sincerity is on the main stage at the Wireless Festival. As such, we are willing to meet with Kanye West as part of his journey of healing, but only after he agrees to not play the Wireless Festival this year. While this was all happening, Melvin Ben, the organizer of Wireless, did an interview where he said the following.
We did with Pepsi, for instance, our lead sponsor, and they signed off and approved it, for example, and perhaps we should have done.
Really? That's fascinating. Sorry to interrupt again, but that's fascinating. So Pepsi, who've pulled out now, haven't they? Pepsi originally were quite happy for him to come.
Correct, yes. They're our headline sponsor. We asked them to sign off on it, and they did.
His words are backed up by the official United Kingdom Pepsi social media account who commented on Ye's Wireless announcement back when it first was released. While Ye was initially given a visa to perform, the British government officially banned Ye from entering the country on April 7th. In a statement, Prime Minister Keir Starmer said the following. Kanye West should have never been invited to headline Wireless. This government stands firmly with the Jewish community, and we will not stop in our fight to confront and defeat the poison of anti-Semitism. We will always take the action necessary to protect the public and uphold our values. The Board of Deputies of British Jews responded with the following. We welcome the government listening to the concerns of Jews in the United Kingdom and preventing Kanye West from entering the country. It is deeply regrettable that Wireless Festival invited him in the first place and then doubled down when the Jewish community and our allies objected. Wireless has now been cancelled, but it should never have reached this point. The situation could and should have been resolved much earlier. We hope that lessons are learned across the industry. Music festivals should be a place where all communities feel welcome, not venues that platform individuals with records of profiteering from anti-Semitism, racism, and other repulsive views. We are immensely grateful for the support of those across the political spectrum and from other minority and faith communities. It should not be for the Jewish community alone to advocate for our safety, to recognize the scourge of anti-Semitism, and heed the concerns of Jews when problematic acts are booked. Something to note with this statement is that the board didn't reference how they were initially willing to meet with Ye one-on-one. It's almost like they never cared about that in the first place. It's also important to note that in 2015, Tyler the Creator was banned from the United Kingdom for 4 years due to past violent lyrics. Due to Ye not being allowed in the country, Wireless was forced to cancel their 2026 event. Cupid Ye. Ye is no stranger to unfavorable appearances on South Park, nor is he quiet about how much he hates them. After already appearing once in the 2009 episode Fish Sticks, the writers decided to return to Ye after the Alex Jones incident. The premiere of South Park's 26th season, Cupid Ye, depicts Ye as an angel on the character Cartman's shoulder, helping him perpetuate anti-Semitic beliefs. Unfortunately, Cupid Ye becomes out of control, spreading hatred until he is given his medication. Unlike his previous appearance, Ye did not give a response to this episode, likely to not enable the team to make more episodes at his expense. Yeezy Gap video game. To promote the 2022 collaboration between Yeezy, Gap, and Balenciaga, a special video game was included on the website. Meant for mobile, the game has the player tilt their phone to collect doves as they ascend through the sky. If they miss a dove, they plummet and the game ends. As this collaboration has ended, so too has the game's playability, living on through videos and articles online. Say Less. Say Less is a song featuring Ye by Childish Gambino that was released in 2024 on the second episode of his Gilga radio station. A widespread debate ensued online as many people thought that Ye's lyrics were artificial intelligence. If so, it would be the first documented case of Ye or someone he knew using AI to replicate his voice. Ye's voice sounded a bit off to some, and in my opinion, the lyrics did not really line up with something that Ye would rap in the modern day, especially talking about people such as Jay-Z. In my personal opinion, Ye's part is AI, but I'll isolate some of the vocals so you can judge for yourself.
It's been a whole red check on the OnlyFans. You in a group chat acting like an only man. Be at the baby shower looking like Zion. And some skinny jeans you ain't ever try on. I'm the last motherfucker you should lie on. I'm the nigga at you ought to get your style from. Imagine me pulling up to the PTA and hallways of wifey doing PDA.
Ye meeting with Rabbi. Something I probably should have mentioned in part 2 of the Iceberg is when Ye met with Kabbalist Rabbi Yoshiyahu Yosef Pinto in November 2025 to formally express remorse for his actions earlier that year.
Issues dealing with bipolar also. So it would take the ideas I had and have me take them to an extreme where I would forget about the protection of the people around me and myself. So I wanted to come and take accountability. Sometimes people aren't that knowledgeable about the bipolar and the cause or what causes it and the way you act when you have this disease. So it's like if you left the house and you left your kid at the house and your kid went and messed up the kitchen and messed up the garage and messed up the living room. Now when you get back, it's your responsibility because that's your child. And that's the way I look at it. It's like I gotta go clean up the kitchen, I gotta clean up the living room, I gotta clean up the garage. Yeah, and it's a big deal for me as a man to come and take accountability for all the things that I've said, and I really just appreciate you embracing me with open arms and allowing me to make amends and this is the beginning and the first steps and the first brick by brick to build back the strong walls.
Say in Yandut, the rabbi said the Judaism. The Judaism brought to the world a way for someone when he regret about something that he has done wrong. And the Jews live on this way of if someone did something wrong, he can regret and fix it. And the rabbi is hugging you and hugging everybody. And God willing, and from now on, strong things and good things, and only good. You are a very good man.
Amen. That's the best, man. Yeah, good.
Grammy considerations. Before the Grammy Award nominations are selected by the Recording Academy, artists submit specific music for consideration. In 2025, Ye decided to submit for 6 Grammy categories. These included Preacher Man for Song of the Year, Record of the Year, and Best Melodic Rap Performance, Donda 2 for Album of the Year and Best Rap Album, and Hit Symphony, formerly known as the Heil Symphony, for Best Arrangement, Instrumental of an a cappella. As anyone would have guessed, none of these picks were selected for nomination. Miri Ben Ari. Known as the hip-hop violinist, Miri Ben Ari has instrumentation that can be heard on many of Ye's early songs, such as Jesus Walks, 2 Words, and Late, with Ye himself even devoting a feature for her own album. In 2026, following Ye's anti-Semitic remarks, Ben Ari's son reported that Ye called her and apologized for his actions due to her Jewish background. Black Future Month. In February 2022, Ye took to social media to propose that Black History Month be changed to Black Future Month, arguing that we should think about the future and not the past. Parler. In 2022, Ye agreed to buy the conservative-leaning social media platform Parler. Many Ye fans were concerned with this transaction as they were convinced Parler was a scam. However, before the deal could even go through, it was terminated following the 2022 controversy, and Parler would soon go offline, then being reinstated in 2024 under new ownership. Tremaine Emory. Fashion designer Tremaine Emory was one of the first voices to directly criticize Ye's White Lives Matter incident in 2022. Going further, he exposed that Ye referred to Virgil Abloh's designs as a disgrace to the black community in front of his employees. Ye responded to this with a text message starting with "Good to hear from you, bitch," and announced a new nickname for him. Tremaine's new name as the BLM officer at Supreme is Tremendous. Ye would then go all in on the trolling by spawning a series of trademark filings for both "Good to hear from you, bitch" and the Tremendez nickname, as well as making Tremendez branded shirts, one of which he would wear to his 2024 appearance on Drink Champs. Ye doesn't like first week numbers.
So yeah, I'm reporting live from Japan right now, and I was talking to my boy, and I was talking about how I release bully just on my Twitter, and how I like the idea of being on DSPs, but I don't like the fact that they show the numbers, because every single musician now pays more money to get their first week numbers than we make off of the actual album. So then you gotta make your money through brand deals and touring. And if you say anything against the brand deal, you can get your brand drop. So now they have a control of what you say. And when you go touring, you know who gets paid off of the touring. So they're eating every which way. And there had to be a moment where they said, we have to control what these guys are making on these album sales and these streams, because if we give them too much money, they're gonna be sitting, in a hotel in Japan like Ye, as opposed to jumping up and down on a Rolling Loud stage. So I'm looking at how do I get the music on DSPs without them counting it, because I'm not doing all the ship vinyl and do the vinyl and this, that. Like, I'm telling you, everyone in the industry is paying for the numbers right now. And that's what I'm not fucking with. So there you have it.
Relationship with Julia Fox. After his divorce with Kim Kardashian, Ye began dating actress Julia Fox in early 2022. However, the relationship only lasted for a month. Fox would later to go on and describe the relationship as toxic, as she felt like Ye was only using her to get back at Kim. Don Toliver. A few days after the release of Bully, several songs by Ye and Don Toliver were taken down from a few streaming services, including Field Trip and Circles. Many speculated that this was a label issue, and especially since Ye and Don Toliver both performed together at SoFi Stadium Night 1 during the same week. Circles was updated on all streaming platforms to be only Ye vocals, which seemed to prove this was a label issue. On April 2nd, online hip-hop insider Insider Hub tweeted, "Atlantic has threatened Gamma, Larry Jackson, and Ye with serious legal issues over not asking the label for permission to clear Don Toliver's songs with Ye." Insider Hub also clarified by stating that there was personal beef between record label executive Lucien Grange, the subject of the Like That remix, and Ye, and that was the reason for the Don Toliver songs being taken off streaming. As of recording, Field Trip is still removed from Spotify. However, Ty Dolla $ign recently commented on the matter on a live stream.
I got a question.
They took Field Trip off of streaming?
What is it?
Somebody said they took Field Trip off of streaming. There's some shit going on with like clearances and label shit. So they're gonna clear it up, I'm sure.
Celebrity group chat. In his 2021 appearance on the Drink Champs podcast, Ye mentions putting many of his collaborators, including Drake, Kim Kardashian, Kid Cudi, Pusha T, Jay-Z, and Travis Scott, into one group chat, and he told them, quote, "I'm worth more than all of you on this text combined." Lauryn Hill. On April 30th, 2026, Insider Hub tweeted that Lauryn Hill would appear at Ye's second show at SoFi Stadium, and that she was supposed to be on the album Bully, but was left off due to sample clearance issues. It is unknown what song Hill was supposed to be on, whether it was a track from the final track list, the unheard song Outside, or a track that was simply left off the project. Lo and behold, that night, Lauryn Hill took the stage with Ye in historic fashion, as they performed together for the first time ever. After the concert, Hill was seen in the studio recording the hook for the Bully song, I Can't Wait. It remains to be seen at the time of this recording whether or not the vocals will be used in an update or as a separate deluxe. Attempts to revive New Body. The infamous Yandhi track New Body, featuring Nicki Minaj, has seen many chances to be included on albums over the years. After being scrapped in 2019, the song was revived for Donda, but didn't make the final cut. Multiple of these attempts occurred during the lead up to the release of Vultures 1, where it appeared on Ye's handwritten track listing and was even played at the Miami listening party. Only one variable was missing to complete the song's inclusion, Nicki Minaj, who Ye would message about clearing the song. However, Nicki felt that the time for New Body had passed, stating, "No disrespect in any way, I just put out a brand new album. Now why would I put out a song that has been out for 3 years?" On a live stream afterwards, Ye would discuss this.
Husband, I met him, blah, 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 all this shit, I don't care. I made that girl rewrite her verse 3 times for Monster. I supported her career. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get this fucking, or we just ain't gonna push shit out, what the fuck? Nah, Ty, I know you want to push shit out.
According to Yes Jules, Ye sent the song to both Doja Cat and Ice Spice, the latter of which recorded a verse but was prevented from clearance by her management. Despite these attempts, New Body remains unreleased to this present day. High School ID. In 2024, a snippet leaked online that people thought was meant for Bully, but it was actually meant for one of the Vultures albums. In this brief snippet, Ye speaks in a high-pitched voice about determining one's gender. This is all that would come to be of the snippet, as these lyrics were never mentioned in either of the Vultures projects.
Is that bitch a she or a he? Better check the high school ID.
SoFi concert directors. During a performance of Good Life, in the first concert held by Ye since the release of Bully, he went on a classic Ye rant against the visual effects team.
Yo, pause. Stop it. Yo, I don't like these when the lights move like that, like a disco and shit. It don't go with the stage. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Sorry, guys. Run it back. You see that? When it does that, don't do that. That shit corny, yo. All right, run it back. What is this, an SNL skit or some shit? Cowbell shit? Stop. Is this like an SNL skit or something? Stop doing the vibrating Vegas lights, bro. Like, we went over this in rehearsal. Yeah, put the earth up, yeah.
Lil Baby asked about Ye.
Kanye should not do this when he's doing it.
Cardi situation explained again. In April 2025, Ye once again tweeted about his beef with Playboy Cardi, going into further detail about why he was upset in the first place.
Cardi situation. Picture this. Imagine he leave Rocky off the album, but it'd be a situation where Rocky and Rihanna was divorced and they were basically public enemies. And then Cardi raps about Fenty and then calls Rihanna or internet connects with Rihanna to ask to put Rocky's kid on a song the next week. Yo, Bari, what you doing?
Ye's thoughts about The Batman. In 2022, Ye took to Instagram to share his thoughts about The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson. Just saw The Batman yesterday. The upside down scene when the penguin car flipped over was beautiful. Loved the whole film. Oh, and when Zendaya threw in the privilege bar. Ye uses auto-tune in real life.
Making jokes about the situation in real time.
Thank You, Amy. Track 24 of Taylor Swift's double album, The Tortured Poets Department, The Anthology, is called Thank You, Amy. The title of the song is structured to only capitalize 3 letters, making up the name Kim, referring to Ye's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, who famously recorded and edited Taylor's phone call with Ye about the infamous lyrics from Famous off The Life of Pablo. In Thank You, Amy, Taylor speaks of a figurative character named Amy, implied to be a stand-in for Kim Kardashian, as she is subtly referenced in the lyrics. In August, 4 months after the song's release, Ye and Ty Dolla $ign released Vultures 2. Just as the album was contending for the #1 slot on the Billboard, Taylor released a limited time edition of the Tortured Poets Department on her online store. On this release of the album, a new version of Thank You, Amy was renamed to only capitalize the letters that spelled the name Ye. This release would result in the Tortured Poets Department claiming the #1 spot over Vultures 2, making it one of the only Ye projects to never chart #1. Nick Fuentes told Ye to keep Louis Bags on Donda 2. Louis Bags is a song off Donda 2 that features Jack Harlow. First heard on the original stem player release of the album in 2022, it repeatedly discusses how Ye distanced himself from the brand Louis Vuitton after Virgil Abloh's passing. 3 years later, when Ye was working on releasing Donda 2 to streaming services, Louis Bags faced the axe due to Ye's newfound feelings about Virgil. However, Nick Fuentes of all people managed to convince him to keep the track for the final release.
You have to thank me a little bit because I got Louis Bags on Donda 2. I pulled up to the compound. I'll tell you a little story about the release. I pulled up to the compound. What's going on? Hey, what's up? Yay. Sneeko, good to see you, Neon. I said, all right, what are we doing? They said, well, we're putting out Donda 2. I said, oh, all right. They said, yeah, here's the track list. I said, okay, all right. I said, so what's on there? I said, okay, we got True Love. We got 5:30. I said, isn't that on Vultures 2? I said, we got this. I said, where's Louis Bags? They're like, oh, we took it off. Ye's like, you like Louis Bags? I'm like, yeah, I love that song. He's like, well, put it on then. I was like, let's go. So you're welcome. If you like Louis Bags, thank one of your executive producers of the album. We got Louis Bags on the album. That was one of my favorites.
Hashtag Save Ye. After the release of Vultures 2, Ye fans were disappointed with the state of the album and Ye's focus in general life. Many hardcore fans pointed out some of the destructive habits that Ye was indulging in at the time, including nitrous oxide. They also pointed out that the circle of individuals Ye surrounded himself with may have not had the best influence on him. Thus, the hashtag #SaveYe platform was started, with fans hoping that Ye could focus on both his physical and mental health. It took a couple years, but as of recording, it seems like Ye is in a much better place both physically and mentally. Don't ask me about Yeezys right now. In 2022, Ye took to Instagram to share a text chain between himself and one of Kim Kardashian's cousins, with a cousin is asking Ye about buying Yeezys. Find God. There aren't many people who are safe from an angry Ye, a prominent subject of such anger being one of his own engineers. One day, his alarm was a no-show, causing the engineer to wake up 4 hours late to work with Ye. Before he could even apologize, Ye fired him. The engineer made one final effort but was quickly dismissed. Stop texting. Go find God. Come back when you found God. This response would become a meme and spawn many parodies, including when Ye had his 2025 mental breakdown and people told him to stop texting, stop tweeting, and find God. Meek Mill. After Ye wore a White Lives Matter shirt at his Yeezy Season 9 show, Meek Mill discussed how he could no longer tolerate Ye's behavior. Rather than listen to him, Ye found Meek Mill's words to be so humorous that the thought of Meek Mill advising him on what to do sent him into a fit of laughter.
Let's go get Meek Mills. What made somebody think Meek Mills could say something to me? What made... No, this is the funniest thing of everything. Yo, man, I'm about to start crying, laughing, man. Somebody thought Meek Mills. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Meek's a gangster.
I'm not gonna get to my
Meek's a gangster, gang. Meek is a gangster, man.
Somebody said, "Oh, Meek." No, I'm literally in tears. So,
Chris Jong-un. Even though this tweet is from 2020, I had to include it because it's such a classic. They tried to fly in with 2 doctors to 5150 me. I've been trying to get divorced since Kim met with Meek at the Wardloff for prison reform. I got 200 more to go. This my lady tweet of the night. Chris Jong-un. Lil Baby, my favorite rapper, but won't do a song with me. Throne 2 announcement. In 2022, during his appearance on Drink Champs, Ye brought a bottle of alcohol created by his longtime collaborator, Jay-Z. He used this to enjoy during the interview and introduced it by saying the following.
This Duce is brought to you by my brother Hove. That's right. Courtesy of the Throne. That's right. That's right. Part 2 coming soon.
This, of course, refers to a sequel for Watch the Throne, which released in 2011, but nothing would materialize after this announcement due to the 2022 controversy, and nothing will for a long time because Jay-Z beef. During a rant on Twitter, Ye chose to direct a series of tweets towards Jay-Z, his wife Beyonce, and his children. He tweeted the following. Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're mentally disabled. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having mentally disabled children is a choice. I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jared Lorenzo's family down because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. I took it down like Down syndrome, get it? Am I right? Am I right? Fuck the world. Real talk. Fuck everybody. At least Jay-Z and Beyonce get to raise their mentally disabled kids. Ain't no celebrity ever said nothing to come to my aid when it came to these white women taking my kids, cause they was mad I was wearing Trump hat. Fuck Jay-Z and his whole family, especially his shooters. The only thing that I was mad about in the last few hours was taking that Jay-Z and Beyonce tweet down. Dame Dash signed me, by the way, not Jay-Z. I know Jay-Z is driving around like, damn, I have to kill Kanye. I know it's gonna hurt Jay-Z to kill me, but somebody's gotta do it. I love Jay-Z, and I do feel bad. I always felt like the black sheep. like I wanted family in this music shit. I'd run on stages thinking I was doing the right thing and would always be a slight. Hove not coming to my first wedding, him putting Kendrick on the Super Bowl over me or even us, never being invited to shit, taking jabs about my red hat on Donda. I felt like both him and his wife could have helped me have more leverage with my kids. They could have used their cultural position to not just watch the Kardashians run me over. Shit hurts, so fuck both of them, cause when I needed them, it was fuck me. I obviously hate Jay-Z. Why did Jay-Z have to say no red hat on Jail? That shit tore me to my soul. We fought about it, and he told me either leave that line on there or take my verse off. Me wearing the red hat was the most standout example of me going against the program. Do you guys think that he was instructed to say that? It's safe to say that the throne will remain empty for quite a while. Billie Eilish. In 2022, Ye was meant to headline Coachella along with two other artists, Harry Styles and Billie Eilish. During a concert of the latter's in February of that year, Billie paused her show to help a fan who was struggling to breathe and said, "I wait for people to be okay before I keep going." While Billie did not refer to a particular incident, many drew a similarity to Travis Scott's Astroworld tragedy just 3 months prior, including Ye himself. Not long after Billie's show, Ye took to Instagram to address this with a message. "Come on, Billie, we love you. Please apologize to Trav and to the families of the people who lost their lives. No one intended this to happen. Trav didn't have any idea of what was happening when he was on stage and was very hurt by what happened. And yes, Trav will be with me at Coachella. But now I need Billie to apologize before I perform." Billie would then give a response to Ye, stating she said nothing about Travis and was only helping the fan. No apology was given, and Ye would ultimately pull out of the headline, as he implied. In the present day, it doesn't seem like things have gotten any better, as Billie Eilish recently liked an Instagram post that was upset over Bully's recent success. Akira parallels. For a lot of Ye's career, he has made references to Akira, a 1988 film adaptation of the manga of the same name. From the Stronger music video to his outfits during the Donda rollout, Ye has made many references to the Akira brand, including in past tweets. In 2022, Ye actually referenced Akira in an Instagram post. "Yesterday, Kim accused me of putting a hit out on her, so let me get this straight. I begged to go to my daughter's party, and I'm accused of being on drugs. Then, I go to play with my son, and I take my Akira graphic novels, and I'm accused of stealing. Now, I'm being accused of putting a hit on her. These ideas can actually get someone locked up. They play like that with black men's lives, whether it's getting them free or getting them locked up. I'm not playing about my black children anymore." In 2025, he kept the Akira parallels going with his stage presence at SoFi Stadium, which mirrored the nuclear explosion that takes place at the beginning of Akira. Ye mentions his unreleased songs. At an after party during his SoFi appearances, Ye played a song that featured himself and Don Toliver, which as of recording is still unreleased. In the track, Ye mentions his unreleased work in the community around it. Yeezy Money. Yeezy Money is a financial system created through the Solana crypto network. It was announced and advertised by Ye in August of 2025. The official website is still available as of this recording. It features the Yeezy cryptocurrency, the Ye Pay crypto payment processor, and a Yeezy card, a debit instrument for spending Yeezy. Upon Ye's announcement, the Yeezy token reached a market cap of 410 million within an hour, but dropped quickly afterwards, and Ye has not acknowledged Yeezy Money since the original announcement. Finsta. Finsta, or a fake Instagram account, is a second Instagram account that users use to post things that they don't want to post on their main account. Ye seems to have one of these, as you can clearly see on the bottom right corner of this screenshot from March 2025 that Ye is logged into more than one Instagram account. In November 2025, Goodass Sub seemed to uncover this Finsta, providing proof of previous deleted posts from the Instagram account Hug Nonsense. What seemed to confirm that this account might be real was a video posted in March 2026 before Bully released, which matched the aesthetics of the rollout and predicted the use of wrestling masks before Ye actually used them. Hi, Quentin.
Hi, Quentin. Hi, Quentin. Hi, Quentin. Hi, Quentin. All right, cool. All right, so.
Nathan. On February 21st, 2025, Ye tweeted out, "Can anyone think of reasons why the Nazis wouldn't let me in?" Twitter user Nathan, or Layman Legacy, replied, "They heard vultures too." This seemed to grab Ye's attention as he replied with the following tweet. "Yo, Nathan is crazy. Yo, where's Nathan? I'ma give you a Ye back. Vultures 2 got songs on it. I'm proud of those units. I'm proud of those units. Soul Children." Soul Children is a rumored unreleased album that was reportedly worked on in the middle of the Yandhi and Jesus is King sessions. All of the info given about this album was given in early 2026 to the community that was relayed by high-profile leakers, with the premise being a collab album between Ye and producer Evax, who worked on Kids See Ghosts, Jesus is King, Donda, and Vultures 2. As of recording, not much is known about this album. As if it was a real project, it was clearly scrapped early on. Slightly autistic. Not long after Ye's appearance on The Alex Jones Show, Ye appeared in an interview with the gossip outlet X17. In the interview, Ye tries to explain why he possesses so many skills.
Hey, I am not bipolar. I'm not in some kind of episode, but I may be slightly autistic, like Rain Man. And that's part of my superpower. That's the reason why I can produce tracks and...
However, after the 2025 mental breakdown, Ye would express in his apology that he does indeed have bipolar disorder. "My soul is black. I am evil." In 2025, Ye tweeted out, "I am in pain. My soul is black. I am evil," with the attached video.
You know, my thing is, when I'm going into these fights with shit I'm really dealing with, it'd be good if niggas like actually help me, because what I'm saying is right. But instead, they just come in and punk these niggas into going against me, and they forget about everything that I did for them. Everything I just named, I bled for these niggas. I did something, I put them on and shit. I took them with me on tour, had them open up this, that, and it's like, niggas don't have to be making statements against me in public, and everybody know what I'm saying is right, and I'm the only one who will fucking say this shit. It's like, I never, like, I'm the type of, like, my mom was a teacher. I'm a nigga, like, Donda is like a school. I want niggas to be better. I want niggas to get put on all this type of shit, but then it'd be the betrayal, it'd be all the sneaky shit that niggas do. But that's what it is in this celebrity game. It's like, it's really kill or be killed. Everyone wants to act like they're your friend, and they want to try to come and kill the king, and then like the king's supposed to give everybody a hug afterwards. Like, look at all this shit, nigga. I am in pain, bro. I'm hurt by all this betrayal, and that's what it is. It's like, fuck all these niggas. None of these niggas help me out with the shit I'm dealing with my kids. They let the Kardashians walk around, just run over a black man's head like, I'm gonna take these black kids. Don't listen to him, he got a red hat. The red hat, nigga put me in the hospital. All that shit, now niggas like Trump.
Zombieland. In 2022, fearing for his safety, Ye posted a text conversation with a person named Harley to Twitter. This referred to Harley Pasternak, his personal trainer at the time, who sent Ye a two-option ultimatum. The first option would have Ye sit down for a polite, open conversation without curse words or false theories. The second option was not so positive. In fact, it was a warning more than anything, as Harley threatened to have Ye institutionalized, medicated, and sent to Zombieland forever, permanently affecting his time with his children. Ye used this conversation to explain that he was, quote, mentally misdiagnosed and nearly drugged out of my mind to make me a manageable, well-behaved celebrity. Sex tape. In 2012, Ye participated in a sex tape with a prostitute while high on MDMA, a type of hallucinogen. Ye paid Kevin Blatt, a fixer who contracts services to solve complex problems, $250,000 to get rid of the tape from the black market. Ye had the tape saved on his laptop for whatever reason, and someone stole his laptop, which put the tape at risk of being leaked in the first place. Blatt confirmed to The Sun that the laptop was stolen by Ye's cousin, the same one he raps about on No More Parties in LA. In 2025, during the mental breakdown, Blatt took to Instagram to threaten the release of the tape due to Ye's comments. Ye saw it and tweeted, "That was a fun night, can't wait to see it again." As of recording, the tape has not leaked. .530 lawsuit. In 2026, Ye and Ty Dolla $ign were officially sued by artist Swish, whose song Break the Fall is the main sample for the track 530, which appears on both Vultures 2 and Donda 2. This was a far cry from 2024, when Swish publicly stated they were okay with the sample being used in the meantime despite not getting it cleared, but that they wanted to contact Ye's team, which seemingly did not go well. As of the recording of this video, the lawsuit is currently ongoing, but Swish is seeking every cent earned from 530, including streaming revenue, royalties, and advertising income, compensation for harm to the brand, and the value of their original work, a court order to take the track down from all platforms, along with legal fees and additional costs. It seems like this entire fiasco can be traced back to the release of the music video for 530, which Ye released on Instagram and is entirely AI generated. That video dropped while Swish and Ye's legal team were in active negotiations about copyright infringement, and that video may have pushed things over the edge. If 530 is removed from Vultures 2, it would be the second song from the album to be removed on Spotify, and the third in the Vultures series, as Good Don't Die has been removed from all streaming platforms and Field Trip is currently not available on Spotify. Concert designs. As of the recording of this video, Ye is embarking on a world tour that has seen him go to parts of North America, Asia, and Europe. For the most recent of these shows, Ye has had a unique, globe-like design at the center of his concerts that he uses to perform on. Ye personally designed this setup along with Oz Taylor, and it seems like the globe is working, as it was recently revealed that Ye's 2 nights at SoFi Stadium grossed the most amount of money of any concert ever held in the arena, Bully Deluxe. In June of 2026, Ye released the deluxe version of Bully. It is the third deluxe album of his career, following Watch the Throne and Donda, and featured a new cover art and 2 additional songs, being OK, featuring Don Toliver, and Mission Control, featuring Tony Williams. The deluxe also featured brand new mixes done by Urko, the same engineer who tried his best to fix the mixing disaster that was Vultures 2. The mixes for the Bully Deluxe generally improved on most of the songs, and Ye recorded on tracks that previously featured AI vocals, such as All the Love and this one here, Airman. During the rollout for Drake's album Iceman, a meme started online of an AI-generated song for the album, which I'm sure you've all heard. More of these songs started popping up for other artists as well, such as Fireman for Kendrick Lamar and Airman for Ye. Just listen to this masterpiece.
I am
New Body. While New Body is a song that originates all the way back to 2018, the song has had a lot happen to it since Kanye became Ye. Although I talked about it in part 3, I will catch up those who don't know, as there is new information since that video. In 2023, Ye played the song during his Vultures rave in Miami and expressed heavy interest in putting it on Vultures 1. Ye even texted Nicki Minaj and asked her about clearing her verse for the track. Nicki responded on Instagram Live.
Now regarding Kanye, Joe, that train has left the station. Okay. No disrespect in any way. I just put out a brand new album. Well, why would I put out a song that has been out for 3 years? Come on, guys. You know?
When Ye found out how Nicki responded, this was his response.
I made that girl rewrite her verse 3 times for Monster. I supported her career. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get this fucking, or we just ain't gonna push shit out. What the fuck? I know you want to push shit out. You know what I'm saying? That the level, you said they cut out, they stopped saying.
The song was then given to Doja Cat and Ice Spice, the latter of which actually recorded a verse, but it was blocked by her management. Ty Dolla $ign actually played a brief accidental snippet confirming its existence.
You're right. I got.
In 2026, Ye teased New Body's release on the Bully Deluxe, but the track remains unreleased to this day. Kid Cudi update. After previously saying that his friendship with Ye was over due to the comments he made about Virgil, in July of 2026, Kid Cudi tweeted that he was actually working on healing the relationship. I'm sure we will, yeah. Right now, we are rebuilding our friendship. I hit him a week ago to check in on him. Today, he hit me to check on me. No work talk, just seeing how I was doing. It was nice. However, an interesting, slightly unrelated tidbit is in September of 2025, Consequence alleged that Cudi drugged Ye and made him scrap his 2016 collab project with Drake. Cudi actually hopped on social media to respond to the claims, which I'll play here.
Hello world. I kind of annoyed I gotta make this message, but here we are. The other day, rapper known as Consequence made some statements about me, made some allegations that were extremely false. And we sent a cease and desist and told him to take it down and retract the statement. He waited 2 days to take it off Twitter, still hasn't retracted the statement. You know, the things he said were pretty fucking disturbing, you know. Let me be clear. I had nothing to do with Kanye not doing that collab album with Drake, and I damn sure had nothing to do with him being hospitalized and going to the psych ward. This is some crazy shit to just be saying whatever the fuck you want to say in a moment, you know, trying to be a hater and just spewing lies. That shit is not a fucking joke. It's not funny. You know what I mean? You know, I've never even been a pill guy in my life. Like, niggas know me. I don't do pills, fam. Like, who are you talking about? You know, like I said, you know, like, we sent a cease and desist. He's supposed to take it down. He didn't until 2 days later. But look, you know, I need to get a retracted statement tomorrow. Before this story is off my feed, there needs to be a retracted statement saying that is extremely false. You know, and if not, you'll be hearing from my lawyer, period. I'm gonna hit you in the pockets. That little bit of change you got gonna be mine. It's gonna be mine. Keep fucking with me. Shit's not a game. Shit's not a game over here. And just to be real, we all know Kanye gonna do whatever Kanye wanna do. What I look like going up to him and being like, yo, I don't want you to do this album. And him being like, okay, yeah, right. In what universe? There's no multiverse where that would happen. This is Kanye we talk about, you know? So I just wanted to clear the air, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been seeing people run with this. Like, seeing Complex, you really fucked up, man. Y'all fucked up. Y'all supposed to support me, man. Y'all supposed to support me. Y'all better take that fucking story down, man. Y'all better take that fucking story down. This shit ain't news. Take it down. To the people that knew that this was all cap in the first place, thank you for having my back in the comments and letting niggas know that they sound crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. He deleted the story, the tweet, and next he gonna be letting you know that it's false. And if you don't, you'll be hearing from Renee.
Backstage requirements. During one of Ye's recent shows, the requirements for getting backstage leaked online, and they're interesting to say the least. While this is not 100% confirmed, I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest. Apple iPhone charger, USB-C cable, Apple 140W USB-C power adapter, 6-foot extension cord, wireless hair cutting clippers, Apple TV, short throw projector, small compact printer in security room with paper in, 115-inch television, PlayStation 5, 2 controllers, must be brand new, PlayStation game The Last of Us, must be brand new, PlayStation game NBA 2K 2025, must be brand new, iPad Pro 11-inch. Donald Trump. In November of 2022, Ye met with the, at the time, former President Donald Trump, where he floated the idea of Trump potentially running in 2024 as Ye's vice president, an idea that Trump did not like. Famously, Trump also asked for Say You Will, which was playing during the dinner, to be skipped. A message from Ye.
If you don't like my page and don't like what I'm posting, go fuck yourself. Seriously. Leave me, leave the king the fuck alone. I don't care, bro.
Blackboy Max. After Ye's concert in Turkey, streamer Blackboy Max actually got to meet him. During that same show, footage of Ye playing ping pong was caught, which proves that Ye might actually be nice at ping pong. Scary Movie 6. In Scary Movie 6, Ye is mentioned during this frame of the movie. Marco Rubio.
Lebanon's government and Israel can work together to disarm Hezbollah and allow the people of Lebanon to reclaim its country. But it's complex. This has been going on since, since OJ had isotoners.
The Roast of Kevin Hart. Ye attended the Roast of Kevin Hart Netflix special in 2026 and was caught on camera sitting in the audience. If he stayed for the entire night, he would have been there when Pete Davidson, of all people, made this joke. Tony reminds me of Charlie Kirk, and that he's definitely been on camera letting a guy unload in his throat. Oh, you don't know me? Yeah, kill Tony. Please, someone fucking kill Tony. Tony, nothing you say tonight will hurt my feelings. I was in a beef with Kanye, so I've taken shots from better gay Nazis. 2022 tweets. Thanks to the Yeezy Tweets website, which I've used on several occasions on this YouTube channel, Ye's entire history on Twitter has been archived, including his lost 2022 tweets, the first full year he changed his name to Ye. This includes the Ye 2024 logo, and even a lost campaign video, which I'll play here.
I think the thing that Trump was most perturbed about, me asking him to be my vice president, I think that was like lower on the list of things that caught him off guard. It was the fact that I walked in with intelligence. So Trump is really impressed with Nick Fuentes. And Nick Fuentes, unlike so many of the lawyers and so many people that he was left with on his 2020 campaign, he's actually a loyalist. When he didn't know what the lawyers is, you'll still have your lawyer list. And when all the lawyers said, forget it, Trump's done, there were loyalists running up in the White House, right? And my question would be, why, when you had the chance, did you not free the January 6ers? And I came to him as someone who loves Trump, and I said, go and get Corey back. Go and get these people that the media tried to cancel and told you to step away from. He basically gives me this would-be mob-esque kind of story, talking to some kid from the south side of Chicago trying to sound mobby or whatever. He goes into the story about all that he went through to get Alice Johnson out of jail and how he didn't do it for Kim, but he did it for me. But then he goes on to say that Kim is a and you could tell her I said that. And I was thinking, like, that's the mother of my children. Since we know, and all the Christians in America that love Trump know that Trump is a conservative, we're going to demand that you hold all policies directly to the Bible. When Trump started basically screaming at me at the table, telling me I was going to lose, I mean, has that ever worked for anyone in history?
You're going to lose. Tell him he's going to lose.
I'm like, well, hold on, Trump. You're talking to Ye.
Thank you all for taking the time out of your day to watch this. For now, it's likely that the Ye Iceberg series is concluded, as I've pretty much talked about all there is to talk about. I want to thank everybody who's gone on this journey with me, as this series has really helped to boost my channel and has really helped me to grow an audience and move forward in the future. Maybe a few years down the line, we can revisit a potential part 5, but for now, I hope that you guys stick around for more content. We are under 1,000 subscribers away from 10,000 subscribers, and at 10,000, I will be ranking every single Ye song ever, including albums, singles, all of it, every single song. So I hope that you guys stay on this journey with me. And as always, I will see you on the flip side.